that comic book series is gonna be like 40 comics.
Dude, if you
because he has mad kids,
and they're all gonna be at war with each other, and that's like the gods of war.
This is not a prequel about him paying child support.
Yes.
This is not about
How
that.
funny would that be?
Yo, Kratos.
Oh my God.
Listen, Kratos' pull-out game is terrible. It's terrible. There's no pull-out.
Oh yeah! Whether it's a beer, a shot, or even a glass of wine, grab your favorite beverage and welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. Today is March 10th, and we are your hosts, Algie857.
Stikz.
And your boy Big Chuck. What up?
All right. So today's main topic is favorite arcade games. Let's talk about these arcades, y'all.
Yeah.
I got a shitload, by the way.
Me too.
I got over 10.
Me too.
And
So-
I know a lot of these are on a lot of people's lists, so I'll
Yeah.
probably cross them off as we
So
go.
you want to start?
I'll start off with this shit. Let's just get it out the way.
I know exactly where you're going with
Let me just ask the chat.
You!
Let me ask the chat.
Garlic,
how,
not in diamond. Sorry. I was just reading the chat. Sorry.
how many of y'all in the chat were actually around to be in arcades? Because arcades are pretty
That's
ancient
true.
now.
That is actually a good
Actually, that's
question.
Yeah, those
Not
things are rare as
everybody-
hell.
Not everyone's played arcades, and that was always that is a staple in everyone's life.
In history.
Yeah, in history, the excitement of going to the mall or wherever the fuck you're going and seeing your favorite arcade there, or even new arcades too, and just having $5 in quarters or whatever, and just playing it nonstop, like that feeling was just that's the essence of gaming,
Or
right
a pizza
there.
shop.
It used to be. It used to be the perfect spot for your parents to leave you for the day.
Yeah, yep. You're like, you gonna stay here? Damn right, I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah, that was daycare, man.
Yep.
Exactly. It damn sure was for hours.
That was low budget daycare, man. Like, yo, shit. Here's some
Like
money.
here's $5. Peace.
Yeah. Here you go.
You going back to the
Have
house?
a good day. I'm like, what you mean $5? I need 10 in this motherfucker. I'm playing Double Dragon.
Yeah. No, man.
They get good.
The first game I'm gonna bring up, and it's because there was a trailer released today by .emu, and who's been known to bring back Streets of Rage 4 the way it should have been brought back, is Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, which is probably on everybody's list.
You talking about the Teenage Mutants?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the Hero Turtles.
Little Easter egg. The person that did the art for that
game?
trailer,
The new one?
for the new one.
Yes. He said
No, he did he did like the cover art where you, in the picture that you see.
Okay.
Iron Pinky, the guy that that made that.
Really?
Yeah.
Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
collab?
Wait, my headphones went out.
That's fine. We can hear you.
Did it?
Okay. As long as you guys can hear. Oh, there we go.
Wait,
But yeah.
he did the art for what?
He did the art for like the picture that you see before the.
Oh, get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here. Shout out to Iron Pinky. That shit's
Yeah,
dope,
man.
man.
Hell
No,
yeah.
a lot of people are very excited. I saw tons of videos, especially from Top Hat Gaming. He posted one how excited he is about it.
Yeah.
John Riggs also posted how excited he was. Because you see elements of the first Ninja Turtles, you see
Yes.
elements of the Turtles in Time in there, and different elements of Turtles actually grabbing people, and they added stuff to it. So
Yeah.
and the original person who sang the song for the first cartoon did the song again, the same song again.
It's like remixed,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So
It's-
so Ninja Turtles is, we all grew up with Ninja Turtles.
My
and
toe.
That
Shell shock.
That first arcade game
Fire.
is so fucking dope.
But there's not one
Fire.
person who has gone to the arcade during that time when that game was in there that's their favorite title. It's everyone's favorite.
100.
I never heard
100%.
one person say that game stunk.
Yep.
Or they never played it before.
Yep.
No.
It's humanly impossible.
Yeah,
That was the best.
And if you had the luxury of having 3 other friends playing that game,
That's what
they just throw foot soldiers on top of foot
Armies.
soldiers, just
An
armies,
army.
and then you just flip them. Who cares if you have one combo? Flip.
Yeah, because you only had one combo.
Yeah, yeah.
And you had
Yeah,
a
it
jump
was-
attack.
it was fun.
Bro, you had 2 different jump
Fire.
attacks.
Yeah.
The jump kick or the
Some
swipe,
weird
swipe,
move,
swipe,
or you
the
just
swipe,
come down
the-
and yeah.
yeah. And that was incredible. That
Nah,
is
that was
definitely
iconic,
that
man.
might be number 1 for me. I'm not sure, but that is
Do you count them as both the same type of thing, or is
What,
one
the
better than
first
the
and
other?
second?
The arcade and Turtles in Time,
I consider them the same to me.
basically, right?
Yeah, they're the same to me. I mean, they added some stuff in Turtles in Time, and that's epic too. But I can't I'm not gonna pick one.
No, they're
over
both
the
good.
other.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah, they're,
I hold them in both the same high regard.
yeah, they're just to me they're the same. They're the same game to me.
And those are the only two that were in the arcade, which is crazy.
Yeah.
There was so many Turtles games, and those were the only two that were in the arcade.
They were amazing. They were great. They were great.
They're one of the best 4-player.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah,
Absolutely.
hands down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Still holds up. Still holds up.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you could tell
Speaking
it's a
of
great
which, though,
arcade game.
Now that the new trailer is out, what do you think about that?
We gonna play it.
I that's definitely first of all. That's
We gonna play it.
definitely
What
on
do
the
you
channel.
think about that?
That's definitely on the channel.
Yeah.
We gonna play it.
The pixel art reminded me of River City. River City Girls. I like that. Obviously 4-player.
It's looking like Splinter and April O'Neil are playable.
They wouldn't show
I
them
would
fighting if
assume
they
so.
weren't.
I would.
Yeah?
I would assume that they are.
You don't
Because
have, you don't
that's
have
the cool Splinter.
because they showed April fighting.
You don't have
for
April
no
O'Neil
reason.
doing jump kicks and shit.
They
She's
did
not
show it,
fighting.
but I thought that was a cutscene.
Exactly, and that's the cool Splinter, not the one with the weird white hands.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
they've
they
never
did,
seen.
yeah.
I mean, you've never seen that April O'Neil fight or throw a punch at all, but she was fighting.
They will be
And
selectable.
Splinter looked like he was going to be a savage.
Well,
if he's,
Splinter would-
if he's
would
playable
go.
in the game.
Can we get Yosaki Jimbo?
Well, I heard that there are more characters. Like
Well, that'd be DLC.
Can we get DLC Yosaki
I think that would be
Jimbo?
DLC.
Can we get that?
they
Or the
said
Toads?
Casey Jones was talked about also.
Casey. Oh, but I said, how did I figure Casey Jones?
He wasn't in the trailer.
Casey Jones.
But I
and
could see
and don't
he
forget
definitely
the frogs.
The frogs.
The frogs. They're not toads.
No,
They're
no, no
frogs.
frogs.
Fuck the frogs.
Why
No,
you hating?
if it's not Battletoads, fuck them frogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Were they California whack ass frogs? Were they
Why you hating? Why you hating?
fake.
Why you hating?
They're fake.
Why you hating?
They're fake.
Why you hating? They were a cash grab. All right, shut up.
They were a cash grab. I'm with you, Chuck. I like the frogs.
I had them, and
I had one of them.
They're terrible.
That shit out.
I had Genghis Frog or something like that.
Yo, give me Casey Jones, give me Splinter, April O'Neil, and Yosaki Ujimbo. We good. We
Yo.
good.
Splinter, man. Splinter all day.
Splinter's go.
I want to
Hell
fight
yeah.
with
If he's
Krang.
playable.
I want to fight with Krang.
Oh man.
No body
in the suit. In the
no,
suit.
nobody suit.
Nobody
just the brain
suit, just the
rolling
brain
around.
with the little fucking
True.
tentacles or whatever the
Ugh.
fuck he's got.
Mad creepy.
No, that arcade
Ah, man.
is the epitome of fun.
Agree.
Fun.
4-player. I think that would be my
Emerald,
that would be my epitome of multiplayer arcade.
Emerald, there is no Mario news on Mario Day. Nope.
Today's Mario Day. It is Mario
Mario
Day.
Yeah, because it's March 10th.
We talked about Mario.
That's right.
I thought
yeah,
Mario Day's like
yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
There's sales going on.
Yeah.
Not for nothing.
Check the
There's
eShop.
sales
Check the
going
eShop. I'm
on.
sure.
Not for nothing. Nintendo don't need our help, son.
Yeah, for real. No, for real, man.
They didn't hit us with no news.
They're doing just fine.
They could buy us,
Dude, they got a theme park, man.
And Nintendo's not trying to report on us, so why should we report on them?
Yeah, right.
Actually, they might.
Tell them to come find us.
Imagine they do. We'd be like, "Yo, Nintendo's the best fucking company in the world."
Right? Could you
Start
imagine?
selling out mad hard.
I love like 5 and talk about Mario today.
Super Nintendo Land. Universal Studios.
I'd be like, "I'm so sorry."
Yo, Sasquatch said Vanilla Ice playable in the Ninja Turtles game. Yo,
Yo,
Ninja
yes,
Rap.
yes. Let's get that.
Yo, if that song is
that.
in there.
No, he'll do it.
He'll do it.
He'll do it.
What else? I mean,
What is he doing? Bagging groceries? I'm sorry. I'm joking.
Yo,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
So listen,
just for the record,
I'm joking.
bagging groceries
No,
is
he's-
honest type of work.
It is.
there's
he's
no
probably
listen,
still working.
They don't even give you bags at the grocery no more. So you gotta pay
Excellent
extra.
point.
Paper.
You gotta pay
Paper.
extra.
You got to bring your own bag.
Paper
Gotta
bags.
bring your own
Paper
bag.
bags.
So
5 cents.
he lost his job.
It was straight up shit.
Yo, he said that just so he could say he lost his job.
So he said
roasted Vanilla
his
Ice.
job got outsourced.
No, what I wanted to say was, remember in Streets of Rage 4 with the arcades and you get thrown back into the pixel
Yes.
stuff?
Yes.
Now, if they had that same
So you
type
could
of
throw
thing,
him out?
and you fight Vanilla Ice as an old
That'd be
school,
epic. That'd be
On the
epic.
stage.
That'd be
What?
fucking
as a
epic.
secret boss.
And you
Dude,
take
that'd
him
be
off the
fucking
stage
epic.
and you throw him right into
Or
the
at the
crowd.
very least, you fight Super Shredder while Vanilla Ice is performing Ninja Rap.
Yes,
And
please.
then to finish him, you throw him into the
Yes, please.
to kill him. Yeah.
Just do the dance move. Just that. It's in the background.
Oh man. His hair
Yo.
flipping like this and shit.
No,
like
from what I saw from the trailer, it looked.
I liked
it
it,
looked.
man.
There was a lot of nostalgia,
Love that nostalgia kick.
and it looked like they had the grasp of what makes a good Turtles game.
Yeah.
Surprise. It's
Like
surprise.
it looks like they had
It's
it down.
mandatory 4 players. I swear to God, every single Ninja Turtles
four
game that came
turtles.
out, that's not 4 players.
There's 4 Turtles.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you played us because we bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like, I'll buy the shit. And I'm like,
Like
oh.
how many recent Turtle games have there been where they just dropped the
That was
ball?
one that was
Like,
4 players. That was the one that was 4.
There was one that was
Well,
done by
that was-
Platinum Games that was 4 players,
Right.
but it was only online, and that I heard bad things
Wasn't there like an
about it.
arcade mode?
No, you're talking about the Out of the Shadows for 360, which was dope. It had the Batman fighting system.
It was just undercooked a little bit.
2 more months. Give it 2 more months. It would have been the best one.
Because they had team up moves, which is super important.
You gotta focus on that hard
Hell
mode.
yeah.
Give them a couple more months, and it would have been epic.
Yep.
But it's still fun though. It was still fun.
But those are classics. Man.
Yeah, but
TMNT all day.
Who's next? Because I don't want.
I'm gonna go next real quick. Since we're talking about beat 'em ups, I gotta mention the Simpsons game.
Yes.
I knew that was next.
Also on my list.
I know everybody.
I don't know why I forgot
You
it.
didn't have it on your list?
Because I went on the streak.
Oh,
I went on
okay.
the streak of some other ones.
Well, I knew everybody was gonna have this on their list because
Simpsons is fire.
this is one of those games where, it's awesome, man. Everybody has their character. You play Homer, freaking. I played as Bart.
I never got to play Bart. All my friends wanted to be Bart, so I ended up being like Homer. I was like, F y'all, yeah.
You weren't Lisa?
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Nah, I didn't want to be Lisa. I wanted to be Bart.
I would end up
badass.
I would end up playing as
the
Marge
vacuum?
if the controllers were broken and I had to pick Marge.
With the vacuum.
Yep.
She was good though. You know what? You would never think of Simpsons as a beat 'em up,
No.
but it worked
Hell yeah.
on a high level.
It sure did.
That was
Crazy.
real. I never beat that game.
I would play that game right now.
I never beat it. No, I never beat it.
You didn't fight robotic Mr. Burns?
No.
Really?
Every
Yeah, I
time
never saw
played
the end
it,
of that game.
Every time I played it, obviously I was a lot younger, but I never played it that much to where I beat the game. Maybe a couple of stages, and then money ran out, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But I never got to beat it. Maybe we can do that for a throwback Thursday. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, no, it's definitely happening. All these games we're talking about are going to be played on arcade. Okay. And no, we're not talking about Turtles in Manhattan.
That was a Nintendo game.
Oh, that was part
arcade.
3 for Nintendo, right?
yeah.
We didn't forget about it.
No.
It's just not an arcade.
I played
game.
it.
Yes, it wasn't arcade.
I played it, and it was
wasn't
dope.
arcade.
But
I liked it at the time. It's dated.
Yeah.
It's dated. But
No,
I
arcade,
fought
though.
on the beach.
straight up arcades.
Arcade
on the
though.
beach.
This is arcade.
But Simpsons was dope.
Yeah, man.
Simpsons was awesome.
Simpsons was like one of the first games that looked like the cartoon. Like,
Yes.
directly like the cartoon.
And that was the early days of the.
That was before cell shading, before all that.
Yeah.
And it still looked like a Matt Groening like art,
Yeah.
like straight off the page.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Alvin bathroom break.
Bath.
Yeah.
But dude, you
Oh,
just,
yeah. Almost fell. Yeah, he's about to
almost
fall.
busted my
He's
ass.
about to fall on me.
I almost busted my ass.
He's about to fall on
Yeah,
me.
that's mad funny.
It's a tight corner. Oh shit.
No,
But-
Simpsons was.
it was one of the other 4-player like gym.
There's like 4 or 5 of them that are in the same category.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
them.
They were obviously we all.
We're gonna
have
get to them. We're gonna
But
get to them.
Simpsons and Ninja Turtles are 2 of those.
That was
games.
Konami at their like when they were actually a gaming company.
Oh, and when they actually cared.
yeah,
You know what's crazy? They never did it like a Castlevania beat 'em up. Isn't that weird?
they did not a beat 'em up, but a fighting game. But they
Like, can you imagine that? That'd be pretty cool. Castlevania beat 'em up. Alucard, you got Simon Belmont, and there's God knows how many other characters. And
you expect a company to do this? Because there's no such thing as Castlevania.
that company.
There's no such thing as Castlevania.
Can someone
now.
just buy them?
Nope.
Please?
Nope.
Please?
You get a Bloodstain beat 'em up.
I do like Bloodstain though. I do
That's
like
the only
Bloodstain.
time you get
I do
Castlevania now.
I do like Bloodstain. I do enjoy those characters. I would like to see more games from Bloodstain, but yeah, man. I don't who's next, but I don't want to announce it before.
I want to still revel in the Simpsons. All right, I'm gonna talk about. Obviously, I'm gonna talk about the one arcade game that changed the entire industry. So,
Facts.
So,
Well, I know exactly which one you're about to
of
talk
course,
about.
it
too.
made a wave of like the '90s. Like it made the '90s. So
And that's why I didn't put it on my list. 'Cause
exactly,
I know you had it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Street Fighter 2.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm gonna say
Yep.
Street Fighter 2.
Not the first one.
It's the one that changed the game. So, they had fighting games. They had Street Fighter. Like, okay, you had actually, I remember in the arcade where they had the big ass button that people were breaking and getting blisters on their fingers from hitting because it was literally one button. And the harder you hit it, you got it like a fierce and a roundhouse. If you tap it, you get like the jabs and stuff. But no one remembers that because it's so old.
Yeah.
And that was like, what, 88, I think? But yeah, they had those games, and they had wrestling. They had Slam Masters that had the same big button, and it was terrible to play. You couldn't play with that, and people would punch the shit out of it and break it. So you'd always see a broken system.
That's the worst.
So then they added the 6 buttons, which is still phenomenal. That's just the way to play the game. You know how many joysticks I bought just because there's 6 buttons, or to see if I can get 6 buttons to play this thing?
Yes.
They got so much money off me just off that. But Street Fighter 2.
Game changer.
Started a revolution
Yeah.
for fighting games.
Hell yeah.
Forever. That changed
Yeah.
fighting games
Yep.
forever.
Yep.
And that was basically the 90s into the
That's-
early 2000s.
That's the
Yeah.
blueprint for fighting games.
Yeah.
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 and not
And
many
they fucked
companies,
it up with Street Fighter V originally.
Well, not many companies
They did.
could touch Street Fighter 2. Not many companies at all.
No.
SNK made a whole lifestyle off of trying to do Street Fighter.
Yeah, you know what? They made
Yeah.
they made an entire career.
Yes. King of Fighters, man.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah. And
Agreed.
then Contra, you know,
With
with Metal Slug.
And there were so many other fighting games that tried to mimic it and failed, obviously. Like
Fighters history.
World Heroes, Art of Fighting, like all
Yo,
of
World Heroes was ill.
Fighters
was-
history.
Heroes was trash.
No, it was not ill.
It was ill.
I'm
I
sorry.
loved
You're on your
it. I
own.
loved it.
World Heroes was
What's that? Is that the Le
loved it.
Plumet? Le Plumet. Le Plumet? Like the,
What you?
stop
Yeah,
that.
that move was awesome. Oh, dude.
I cheesed the boss with that move and killed him.
Mark of the
So
Wolves.
Street Fighter.
Mark of the Wolves, man. Mark of the Wolves.
Street Fighter is what birthed all of these games. I don't
Yeah,
care.
Yeah, yeah.
Street
No,
Fighter.
you're right.
Street Fighter's the daddy.
1 does not. Street Fighter 1 is still a version. He did not birth any of these games.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Which is terrible.
No.
No.
Street Fighter 2 was the daddy of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of these, the granddad
Absolutely.
of all the fighting games. And the amount of money that I spent on Street Fighter 2 probably still eclipses what I've spent on gaming in my whole life. There's been so much money. Every split, like every quarter.
No arcade made more than that. I don't
No,
give a
no,
fuck
no.
what you tell me. No arcade
true.
made
No,
more
no,
than
no.
Street Fighter 2 in
Every-
history of arcades.
Every
It's
bit of
impossible.
money I made in like junior high. Or
With the
is it
Street
high?
Fighter.
It's just all Street Fighter.
Easily.
That's it. All of it. Like, I mean, like, no, I can't name another game that did anything quite
But
like
it did
that.
everything right, though. It did the cast. Cast was dope.
Yeah,
The
still.
music for
Yeah.
each individual character, dope.
That's
the
still
gameplay,
a pinnacle.
dope. Everything was dope in that game. Everything was perfect for a fighting game.
Before I leave about talking, do you remember the Rainbow Street Fighters?
The Rainbow.
Yeah, the hacked versions that were in
Oh,
the arcade.
yeah.
You mean
yeah.
the super?
Like fireballs in
super?
midair and shit.
Oh yeah, when he
It was
gets
the
those
championship
Yeah.
edition.
Yes,
but,
yes.
but
Sun boom,
like you
sun
could
boom,
throw
sun boom, sun
Yeah,
boom, sun
yeah,
boom,
yeah.
sun boom, sun boom,
Freaking
sun boom.
five fireballs
son of a
in
this
midair.
game was
broken.
so big.
super broken.
That's the first and only arcade system I've seen in stores that was bootleg.
That's the only one. That's the only
That's it.
one.
That's
That's
it.
the only one I've ever seen.
Besides seeing like a system, like a Super Nintendo in the arcade.
And that's the only fighting game that had how many versions of Part 2? They had a hacked one. They had
They
Championship
started-
Edition. They had
Yeah.
Championship Edition Turbo.
I told you
Street
before.
Fighter 2 Super
Super Street Fighter
Super
2.
Street Fighter 2. Like there was like 5 versions of Street Fighter 2.
They started the season pass without you knowing.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
That's
It was
exactly what it was.
Damn.
It was the blueprint for Season Pass.
Yep.
that's
They said, don't
brilliant.
worry, we're not going to sell you more titles.
It was-
When Street Fighter 5 came out, they said, we're not going to sell you multiple titles.
No, it was a blueprint for DLC.
Yep. And then Street
Damn,
Fighter
bro.
5
Please
Arcade
add
Edition
the
came out. I was like, what
roster.
the hell is that? You
Add
said you weren't
characters.
going to do that.
Add characters to the roster. That's it.
Yeah.
And then they finally counted to 3, and it was.
And then it was downhill.
It was way, yeah, and it was like, what the fuck?
These motherfuckers count the 3.
Yeah, what the
Oh,
fuck?
fuck. We fucked it all up now.
finally-
But,
made
all
it to
the,
3.
but the messed up thing was all the replicas made just as much money. Like they just took all of my money. I just played like even Mortal Kombat. I consider like an inspiration from Street Fighter.
It came from Street
Oh, that's
Fighter
on my
2.
list, man.
It doesn't play like
But it went
it
super
came,
left.
It came from it. Though.
Yeah.
But
Hell
that
yeah,
was
absolutely.
taking my money. It was just taking all the money that it made, that whole industry. And that was arcades like lines. There were lines.
You know,
of
they,
people.
they originally
Tons.
wanted Van
Had to
Damme.
you had to put your quarter on the
Yeah.
deck
Yep,
to
to
say
make
that
sure
you got
next.
next.
Yes.
Put it
Hell
next
yeah.
to the cigarette butt.
Yep, exactly.
For
what
Mortal
it was.
Kombat, they wanted Van Damme to be the.
Well, we'll get
Johnny
to that.
Cage.
Oh no, we'll get to Mortal Kombat. I'm sure it's coming up.
Well, you just mentioned it, so I might as well. It's on my list, so I guess I'll say it then.
Well, what's John's
We're
list?
going this way. We're going this way.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we'll go back. All right, go ahead.
So I'm gonna go back to the beat 'em up genre because
Here we go.
exactly.
Here it
I
comes.
know the game.
Oh, I know it is.
Yeah, got it.
If you guys are,
Here
if you guys
Yo.
are true fans, you can say it in the chat right
Yo,
now.
this game-
What is
What
Big
beat
Sean
him up?
gonna-
What beat him up is Chalk gonna say
This
right
game
now?
is so
Give him,
epic.
give him like 10 seconds.
This game, yeah, I'm gonna let him simmer for 10 seconds.
I wonder what Chalk's about to talk about.
Because if
guys.
somebody gets can guess what game it is, we'll get. Can we give? We have codes, right?
Yeah, we got
Got a
codes.
lot of codes.
Yeah, we'll give you a game code. We'll give you a game code.
If you guys can guess what game I'm about
If
to
you can
say.
guess. If you can guess.
And we'll let you pick between the codes that we have.
And Microsoft wasn't around back then, so
10, 9, 8,
Well,
I think it's a
there's
20-second delay.
Yeah, there's a
7.
20-second delay. So
6,
a 20-second delay.
5.
So you got to figure out. You know.
Start that 10 over.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. You count to 10, then you count to 10 again.
I remember Wizard said, "Oh,
Well, we know what it is. Sasquatch and Time got it already.
No, that's not it.
bullshit.
That's not it.
no."
Oh no! Oh no!
You know what it is. Come on. You were thinking of something else. You know exactly what it is.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
You really gonna say this title?
That's a good guess, but you know it. I know
It's a good guess.
It's number 2, but
Stop.
He's mentioned it so
Everybody
many freaking
stop.
times.
Everybody stop.
He's
He
mentioned
even,
it
he even
so
got
much.
me. I'm sitting right here.
Everybody stop. If you guys didn't decide to derail for a hot second and let me introduce the game,
Can I give a clue?
it would have been a dead giveaway.
Wait. Can I give a clue? Can I give one clue? I want to give the chat a chance to guess. I'm gonna give you guys a clue. It starts with an M.
It's 5 syllables. It's 5 syllables.
All right, so as I was saying, this game,
Kasano Magic, you're close. You're close, Kasano Magic. Wow.
this game is super epic. One of my favorite arcade games ever.
what is it, Chalk?
Because when you get a 4-player beat 'em up, what's better? A 6-player. X-Men.
It is
Oh
X-Men?
shit!
Fuck
Wait,
y'all.
really? Peter Cap got it?
Hands on the fly.
No, wait.
No, Sasquatch got it.
Sasquatch got it.
I knew it.
Oh, why didn't you
All right,
say anything?
We gotta get Sasquatch a code.
I told you that's at best an honorable mention.
You know what
I
the
told
meme-
you that.
You know
You
what the
did
meme,
say that, but
you
I
know
didn't
what
think you were gonna.
Let them know what the meme is.
Oh, the meme?
The meme that you would say.
I've seen
Oh no,
it.
I was gonna.
I
They were
see it.
they were expecting me to say Metamorphic Force, but
I thought you were gonna say
It's
that.
still on the
shit.
list, though. It's still on
I
this
know
list.
you have
no,
it.
it's an honorable mention. Like I said, it was an
Why?
honorable mention at best.
Why?
There's so many other games better than it.
Dude, you fucking mention it every time. on the
Because
podcast.
I like to troll you.
The one time
dickheads.
you even came up with the idea for this fucking topic for the podcast.
Yeah.
That's the
And
meme.
I'm thinking like,
that's the
oh,
meme. That's the meme.
And that's so, and it's so funny because like
Oh,
when
dude.
I thought of this topic, like Metamorphic Force wasn't even going to be on my list.
Bro,
to be
you're
honest.
All right,
You're
so
a meme
remember,
right now.
remember, we gotta get Sasquatch a code.
yeah.
That's why the time got to. You got it.
We gotta get him a
Sasquatch
code.
Sasquatch won.
But yeah,
but X-Men. That 6-player X-Men, insane.
Was it 6 players though?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
know.
was.
It was.
It
Some
was.
places
It was.
And some places had a 4-player cabinet.
Yeah.
I've played it with the 4-player cabinet and the 6-player cabinet. It's so fun.
Anything.
Having
What were the
six-
characters in it?
It was Colossus, Cyclops, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Storm, and Dazzler.
Dazzler.
Yeah, and every character, I mean, the way you played was pretty much the same, but their special moves were all different.
Right.
And once you had 6 players on the screen, those mini Sentinels would come out in droves.
It's kind of like they took obviously it's like same thing with Street Fighter 2. Like you took the formula from Ninja Turtles and expanded on it.
Hell yeah!
Transferred to X-Men. Made
Was
that
X-Men
shit 6 players.
First or second? Was
Yeah,
that
but didn't
after
they
Turtles?
get
X-Men
I've
definitely
never,
it has to been after Turtles.
I've never played it 6 players, but doesn't it get like too crowded? Like,
No.
You can't, really?
No, it's
I can see where you can
That shit's
follow.
dope. It's got 2
amazing.
screens.
It's amazing. Yeah,
got
it had 2
two
screens.
Good.
Oh, okay.
It was
good.
amazing. And I remember in like the last stage, you could literally, you could run. You do like a boss rush, but you could run all the way to the end and have all the bosses and fight them all at
6
the
of
same
them.
time
Oh my!
I don't
What
remember
arcade-
playing that.
What arcade did you play this shit at?
in Vegas.
Probably in Vegas. Yep.
Oh,
I was gonna
that's
say.
cool.
in
Oh,
Vegas.
In
okay.
Vegas.
Wait, didn't they
All
have
right,
a 6
yeah,
player
that
in
makes sense.
Timeout in Massapequa?
Because I'm like, I've
I
never.
don't
Might have been
remember.
4 player.
No,
4?
It's definitely 4 player because I don't fucking remember that.
No,
6 I saw, but
saw
you didn't
6
really
somewhere.
see it
I
anywhere.
don't
I've
remember.
never seen a 6.
Maybe
Most
at Penn
was 4.
Station.
Most was 4.
I've only seen 4.
Yeah.
I've never seen 6.
I
That's
played-
why I'm
I-
like,
It's a
I
big
played-
ass arcade, man.
I
Big.
played at 6 players like every time I went to Vegas when I was going with my parents.
Mayhem.
That's what actually the arcades there is what started my love affair with Vegas, to be honest. But yeah, 6 players, like, bruh, nothing beats that. Like,
What was the big arcade cabinet? That or Ninja Warriors? Because that was 3 screens.
Ninja Warriors.
That was 2.
Yeah. Was it 2?
Yeah,
Punch
it was
Out,
Ninja Warriors
also
too.
Punch
I thought it was
Out.
3.
Punch Out was 2 screens.
There was
Also.
only 2 players.
But that was the up and down.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
it was-
talking about
it
all
was
the way
2
like
screens.
weird. Like
It was big for no reason.
it was.
For no reason. Ninja Warriors was big for no reason. And it was the toughest fucking game in the arcade.
Yep. Every game was tough in the arcade.
Well,
No,
Yeah.
this was
There was-
absurd. This was absurd.
and Magneto was classic in that game. What did he say? He said something like real ridiculous stuff. He was like, X-Men, welcome to Doom.
No, it's some of you gonna die. Welcome to die.
Welcome to die. yeah.
Welcome to them.
Oh no, that was probably Altered Beast I was
that was
thinking
Altered
of.
Beast.
But yeah, X-Men.
Rise from the grave.
Well, that was an arcade game to begin. Sega in general. Holy shit.
Sega had that on lock.
Yeah, but
arcades on lock.
We can talk about Sega arcades the whole night.
Oh man.
X-Men.
X-Men was fire, yeah.
That was Konami too, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, they were on fire.
That was Konami also?
Hell yeah.
I fucking hate Konami now.
Well, that's why they couldn't come out with any of those titles.
Fuck Konami.
Because they were all licensed titles. It took them forever to actually get. X-Men was never even released in like the Xbox Arcade or anything.
They get me
No,
so
it was.
mad.
Did it come out?
On 360.
Did it come out 360?
I got it. It's on my 360.
At 6 players?
No, not at 6
Say
players.
6
I think
players.
it was
There's no way to get that. How do you even? You can't even do that.
Emulator.
In MAME you can do it.
Emulator.
Yeah, in MAME you can do
6
6
controllers?
Emulator, yeah. 6 controllers.
We gotta get level 857, the whole squad,
And
and Beardy.
and Beardy and
There you go. Got 5 and 6. Boom. Done.
There you
We
go.
gotta get that on the channel.
Yeah, man.
SSS Fame.
Oh,
I did
yeah,
see
or
it.
SSFan.
One of
yeah,
the two.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
of them.
But I ain't sitting down on that one.
No, it's all
Colossus was my boy, son.
Wolverine all day.
Yeah, man.
No, you're not. You're
Or
not
Mikey
in
B's.
that.
Psycho.
You're not in that
Get the
one.
fuck out of here.
Shut the fuck up.
Actually,
Disrespect.
Actually, no, you can take my spot. It's not my favorite. It's not my
You
favorite.
won't play with us?
Oh shit. So
You
we
should
got-
play just for the
I
channel.
have 6 players, yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
Beardy and let me see.
Damn.
If it's 4 players, I can sit out. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Eric, you up.
I got a lot in this.
Talk 6 keys?
All right, so it's
Damn.
Fucking prick.
all right. Since you said X-Men, I'm saying no to the Avengers.
Really?
Yes.
I
Captain America and the Avengers.
loved
Oh.
Captain America and the Avengers. In the
Thanks,
I
Quicksilver.
love the fuck out of that.
I like the
game.
music in that game.
I love that fucking game.
I loved how all those characters played.
It's played so amazing. And the
Vision.
4 players and oh my god,
Vision was dope. That was my first introduction to Vision.
that was so. You couldn't see all this time.
So what do you?
I feel
So,
bad
yeah.
for our audio listeners.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry.
No, the Avengers was so dope. I would always get extra excited every time going to the mall, seeing that fucking game. If no one was occupying it, or maybe if there's just 2 people playing or whatever, Turbo E57 to go and play it. And it's the perfect Avengers too. You got Hawkeye, you got Iron Man, Vision, Captain America. Action was dope. It was so fun. One of my favorite arcades all time. And
Who was
it's
your
still
character?
Captain America always.
Okay.
I also like Hawkeye too.
You know what's funny? Like before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I can give 2 fucks about Avengers.
I know you. Yeah. You told me way
Yeah.
back because
and I never really played it because I was like, I don't follow. I'm the X-Men guy.
you weren't really a Captain America guy, and
None of
everybody
them.
else was just
None of
kind of
them.
like.
But now going back, I'll be like, yo, I like these characters.
Yeah, because
now.
everyone was kind of hokey back in the day, in a sense. They were kind
Especially
of.
Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America was very hokey.
I never
to be
liked
honest, I don't even know why I liked him.
Well,
back
Cyclops,
then.
never liked Captain
Cyclops and
America.
The Shield,
Captain America
bro.
like the same guy.
I always liked Captain America, but it's
I like Cyclops better than
Captain
America, really?
Yeah.
Optic blast.
Iron Man was
Yeah,
dope in that
but-
game.
Iron Man
Still
was fire.
tight.
Yeah.
Iron Man was fire. But I always used Captain America. Kevin used Iron Man. I sometimes would use Hawkeye, but no, I
Daniel Loopy in the chat.
What up, Daniel?
Yeah.
What up,
Daniel
Daniel?
Loopy? What's good? man?
Daniel. Yeah, I
Wow.
was. I'm sorry. Man, I had
Wow.
to do an introduction for people, man.
Transformers.
Yes, that's it. Thank you. I was also thinking of that in the YouTube video too, and I was I was crossed in between
You're
both.
freaking the white fans.
Yeah. I don't know why. I thought you said the white fans. But no, Captain America and the Avengers, awesome. Loved it. Played that shit all the time. One of
Hell
my
yeah.
favorite arcade games all time. But
All
yeah,
right.
Gambit, man.
Gambit.
I love
There was no
Gambit.
Gambit
Oh, they
arcade.
ain't there was no Gambit arcade.
I wish he had freaking. That was one of
He
my
never
favorite
gets
games.
love.
He only got love in the 90s cartoon.
But he got
That's
love in
fucked
Marvel Alliance 3, though.
Listen, Mona Me.
Yeah, right.
Terrible accent.
Oh, that was
He
terrible.
said, listen, Mona.
That was
Me."
an accent.
Right.
That was English.
I'm not from New Orleans. What do you want me to do?
Oh,
In the fucking cartoon,
No, but-
he had that big ass nose. Yeah, big ass
For no
nose. And
reason.
you know what the messed up thing is? This is very random, but it's pretty funny though. Remember, we had a friend Scott that used to come over to the house, and his mom's had a big ass nose.
You call it Gambit?
So we always called him. We always called it Gambit from the anime thing. Like, yo,
Yeah, I wonder why he don't come over anymore.
dude, that's fucking
Wow.
we're like, yo, Gambit got Scott's mom's nose, man.
I hope I hope he's not watching.
Scott don't call, Scott don't write. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Wow. We used to roast each
Yo, I
other
hope-
foul, but
I hope
she had big
he's not
ass
watching.
nose though. Just
I
saying.
hope he's not watching.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I hope he is watching.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm sorry, man.
That's terrible, man.
It's a big memory for me. All right.
You could have said like a Triple H nose or something.
Nah, she had big ass nose.
A
All right.
schnoz.
Damn, man.
A schnoz.
Come on, man. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna keep it.
You good? You good?
It's out of my
You're
system,
good.
it's out of
He's
my
good.
system, it's out of my
Al, you up?
I like one of the two favorite Marvel characters that I always love.
Ooh, I know what this is going.
Moon Knight?
Two of yeah.
I like Moon Knight though. That's my
Moon Knight's ill.
One of my two. The thing about me is like I like the characters that nobody else like really picks, and I like the underdog characters. I like the characters that nobody really like. That everybody overlooks, but they're actually cool, dope characters.
Plastic Man.
Yeah, all day. You play
And
that arcade?
and one
That's
of them was
DC, though.
one of them is Gambit. Gets no love, and
No,
it's
no.
like it's crazy because I'm like, I want to see a Gambit game. I want to see like something like
That
they
knows.
don't even use them in the movie or anything. Like
That was supposed to be
they-
dude from the dancing shit.
Oh, Channing Tatum.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
gonna be Gambit.
He was supposed to be
Aren't
Gambit.
you happy
Nah.
they didn't do
When
that?
You gotta get a
fucking-
big nose though. You gotta get a big ass nose.
We moved past that.
No,
sorry.
man. Listen,
So what's the game?
the Punisher is the other character, and the Punisher arcade
Hell
beat 'em
yeah.
ups
It's fire.
That game
Is-
is dope.
is the
That game kind of holds up.
is and it still holds up. Yeah,
So you would pick that over? I mean, that's your guy. I know,
it's my favorite character, man.
but the game is based off of the legendary final fight. But yes,
It is, yes, and there was also some Street Fighter like sprites or whatever elements. Like when the guys get on
On
fire,
fire, yeah.
they're like it's
well,
it's
Final
exactly
Fight-
Fight, Final
game,
Fight
right?
was a Street Fighter game.
yeah, but I mean
That's what it
it's
is.
It's
Was it Capcom? It's Capcom.
It's
Yeah,
Capcom.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
It's a Capcom game, but you know, that's the only time the Punisher actually got his in the arcades. I mean, not in the consoles, but that's the only time like the Punisher got his respect, like as a freaking beat 'em up as a character. And
Well, his games were trash. Nintendo game, it was trash.
no, it was trash in
But he was with,
the
I was about to
consoles.
Yeah.
But as far as arcade, that was an awesome beat 'em up because they had what.
I was about to say he was with Nicolas Cage.
What?
Nicolas Cage?
No more beer for a Stikz. Stikz is
Wow,
good.
He
bro.
was not with Ghost Rider. No, he was with Nick
Punisher
Fury.
was not
Nick
with
Nick
Cage.
Fury. Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, man.
Nicholas
Wow.
Nick Cage, dude. Last call for us.
Yeah, last call for Stikz.
There's still more.
I dropped my phone now.
Last call for
The bar is
Yeah,
closed.
last call for me.
The
too.
bar is closed.
The bar is closed.
Holy crap!
No, that game is the shit. I remember
Nah, dude.
every time I hear about that arcade game, I remember dropping $5. I forgot whose birthday it was, but I was at Nathan's for someone's birthday. And that person, I think it was maybe James. James's mom dropped like $5 for everybody,
yeah.
just to fuck around. That game was cheap as shit, but like
$5 went a long way.
yeah, no,
in that game,
we
Back
beat-
in the day,
yeah, we beat that game. We beat that game.
It
You
goes
beat
a
a
long
game.
way in
You
that
beat a
game.
game with $5.
It was fire though. I
Yeah.
remember having so much fun with it because it had
Nah,
guns
man.
in there too.
Yep.
It had guns. That was
That-
the big deal.
that
not a lot of the
right
games
there-
had the guns.
That changed the game. That was the only other game. The Takeover was the only. It was an indie game that came out that we.
No,
me and
recently.
Stikz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That me and Stikz played.
But they
that,
never-
that had the same.
Only other game with
mechanic.
guns was like fucking
Mother Russia bleeds.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about arcade.
Oh, okay.
Arcade.
It was
Mother
Aliens,
Russia-
Aliens versus Predator.
Yeah,
That's the only other game
yes,
that
yes,
had guns. Which should get mentioned too, but I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't big in the arcade. That was only arcade
I
for a long
honestly
time.
didn't. I
but we're
never-
talking about our
I-
favorites, so you know.
Yeah, I never played it in the arcade. I actually played it on an emulator.
You play it late. Everybody played it late.
I played it late.
Nick Cage game.
Nick Cage, the game.
You know what? There should be one.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, there should be a Nicolas Cage game.
There'll be
Where
a
you
Con
try
Air
to-
stage,
Where you try to go
a
for
Ghost
roles.
Rider stage.
I would like to see
Superman
Nicolas Cage.
Ultra
And
cheesy.
oh, if he was the extra character in Superman in the game, that would be
Yes.
pretty dope.
What?
Yes.
That'd be pretty dope. Because who was that? That was Shazam
Yeah.
in the arcade game.
yeah.
Shazam!
That
Oh,
should be-
Nick
that
Cage
should
is
be
a
Nick
huge.
Cage.
Nick Cage.
Just not even Shazam, not even Superman, just Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Flying and shit.
Yo, somebody make that, please.
Nick Cage is a huge Superman fan.
Put his
Like, he's like-
face on there.
He named his son Kal-El.
yeah.
Yeah, put his face on
He
that.
has Superman #1.
Because that wasn't a bad
Fucking
arcade
Action
game
Comics.
either. Superman wasn't a bad arcade game
He
either.
bought it for $2 million.
Yo, he named his son Kal-El.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
bought.
God.
He has Action
He
Comics.
made a house of
$1 million?
crystal. nah, he did not make a
Wow.
house out of
He owns
crystal.
the shit.
Oh, if he made a house out of crystal, I'd be done. I'd have to walk off the set.
I
Right?
still
House
gotta
on the
see
Crystal.
that. Hell yeah,
Done.
man.
That'd be done.
Got a big
Fortress
ass
of
chandelier.
Solitude.
You got a
This is my-
chandelier.
I'd be like, this motherfucker's crazy.
He probably-
But you know what? I can't even hate on that because if I had millions of dollars, I would get a Batmobile from fucking 1989
Shit,
Michael
man.
Keaton's movie. That would be my car. So I can't even hate on that. So
Oh, dude.
just saying. What about you, Jay?
All right, I'm gonna go throw back to another game that like redefined the genre. So, Double Dragon, obviously.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Obviously. Obviously, I got to say that.
That might be like my top 2 arcade games of all time.
If there was another game that took all of my money, it was Double Dragon.
Set the standard.
And like I couldn't get enough of that game. It was based off the 80s. It was based off some show, like some movie called Streets of Fire, I think it was called.
Punch the chick in the...
But
yo, chicks got murdered.
yeah, she got punched in the gut and snatched. So it's like, oh, you got to save the princess. That's the same story.
Oh, save the girl.
Exactly.
Save the girl.
But the greediness of it and like this spray paint and
why the punch though?
just everything. I mean, listen, you wanted to get revenge, right? You wanted to go get
Is
her.
that necessary, man? I mean, you could just grab her.
Super Boo in the house. What's going on?
What up, Super Boo?
What up, Super Boo?
But Double Dragon, I got so good at that game in the arcade. Like I would get through the game with 50 cents, and like
Well, you knew how to cheat.
I knew how to win.
But the game knew how to cheat.
I knew how to win.
The game knew how
Listen,
to cheat.
I was
you had to
terrible
use
at
the
that
elbow.
game,
You had to use the elbow correctly.
No, that's what you have to do.
And then like I would get through that shit, and people who would play, like, all right, at the end of the game, spoiler, you had to fight the second player, and then whoever wins that gets to take the girl. So, I would get through the whole game with 50 cents, and because I was broke, I only had 50 cents, so I had to be good at
That's
the
his
game.
rent.
I had to be good at the game. So people would get mad at me. People would get mad at me because they would spend like $5 on the game. They just continue to pump quarters in, and then at the end, I'm like, elbow, elbow, and they would die. I was like, I took the whole game over.
Because you could do it, and it would linger for a bit. So if they're on the floor getting up, it still hits them.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you could. That's a little.
And they would get
exploit.
so mad they spent all their money,
Yep.
and I would spend 50 cents and get the girl.
Yo.
But that game by itself, like that was the beat 'em up to
That
start
was-
beat 'em ups,
yeah.
and it was multiplayer. So that was like the first one to do it.
That was my shit. I mean, me and Turbo 857 would always go to the pharmacy right next to the supermarket all the time. My mom would go in the supermarket and leave me and Kev at the pharmacy. And the pharmacy had Double Dragon and a random arcade, either E-SWAT or some other game.
Can we talk about the weirdest places you would find an arcade game?
The pharmacy.
Oh yeah.
The pharmacy.
sure.
There was 2 arcade games at the pharmacy. Like,
I'm
that's as weird as it
I'm
gets.
sure we all
Yeah.
have a spot that was
Supermarket.
like, what the hell?
Supermarket.
Supermarket when you cash out
Supermarket.
right at the
Yeah,
end.
supermarket.
A ShopRite. That's where I found 2
Deli,
arcades.
pizzeria.
Deli. Yep.
What's the weirdest
Joe's
in the
Deli.
chat or in comments? What's the weirdest place that you found an arcade that you weren't supposed? Like obviously you
Airport.
had like a movie theater would have arcades. They would have arcades at movie theaters while you're
Airport.
waiting for your movie. And I miss movies playing arcades.
Yeah.
I got the ticket, but I'm playing this right
Play
now.
this for a hot
And
minute,
you would
and
miss
then
the
you go,
whole
yeah,
movie.
yep.
But like those are the normal places you find an arcade. Like in Vegas, you would find an arcade, like an arcade.
Yeah.
Like Time Out. Like
Yeah,
it was
it was
funny because it was
remember-
Namco's Time Out and it was Sega's Time Out.
My dad worked for the airline industry at JFK Airport for 30 years, and I remember as a kid going to visit my dad, going to work or whatever, bring your son to work day or whatever the hell it was. They had an arcade in the freaking airport. And I was like,
yeah,
what the
of course.
hell?
You miss your
That's
flight. Imagine
What
missing
the
your
hell,
flight.
man?
Yeah.
I gotta do something.
No,
you're
that was
playing some
awesome,
shit.
man. My
Well,
dad was like, "Hey, good. Go
on a
play."
layover.
Oh, shit,
On a
that's
layover,
awesome.
you play that shit all day.
Yeah. No, it was cool.
Because arcade, like,
But I
listen,
would
there was
never
no
expect-
portable systems. There was no nothing. You couldn't take a game anywhere.
There was no cell phone.
This is
There
when
was
you
no-
went somewhere to play something.
Yeah.
And, like, the weirdest spot I found that had an arcade was probably, like,
Doctor's
a tool.
office.
No,
I'm
a
sorry.
tool. Like a hardware store. And it would be, it was a hardware
That's
store.
pretty weird.
Near our school. It was on the way to school. There was Shinobi and Outrun.
What?
In the back of a hardware store and like in a room. And I was like, you would hear through the grapevine, like, you know what? They got a game in here. Like, you were like, bullshit. They got games in here.
No, it's a
And then-
hardware store.
And you go in there as a kid and you'd end up in these weird places, like at a bar. You go to a bar
that's a common.
and you
area,
see
yeah.
like,
That's
you know,
common.
a fight. You'll see a fighting game in there or something.
That's common.
But they would let kids in to play the arcades in a bar.
During the day.
Yeah, during the day. But yeah, you would end up in places where, like, I remember there's a place right over here. Like, I mean, you guys don't know where it is, but there was like, I don't know what it was, maybe like a sewing place, like place where they fix their bags or coats
Just
and
a
stuff.
random arcade.
And you see Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles was in there,
Smart.
like in the back.
Oh,
and you just
laundromats, too.
you would find it. Laundromats would have arcades. They would have Mortal Kombat. They would have a racing game. They would have Cruising USA.
No, it was
like
very-
you know the default games that they would all have.
what
Just to
was-
say real quick, because in the chat I see that there was a question, but it was very common actually to see
On
arcades
pizza place?
at
Yes.
pizza parlors. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
very
yeah.
common to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that.
yeah. But remember where the hair spot is now, right next to the subway.
Yeah, Strider.
There was Mario 3.
Yeah,
there was
Mario
Ninja
3
Turtles.
Strider.
Yes.
But what was it before? Was it always a hair place?
Yes.
Really?
No. It was a rental place.
A rental
it was
place.
It was like a fake ass Blockbuster.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes,
Okay.
RKO Video.
Yes.
I don't know why I remember that, but
But
yes.
yeah, it was legit
RKO
right
Video.
there. They had Ninja Turtles. They had
I
all
put a
that
lot of
shit.
money in there.
RKO
Yeah.
Video.
A lot
I
of
remember
money
that
in
because I remember going there a
And
lot.
Super Mario 3.
Yes.
Super
Yeah.
Mario
And Super
3.
Mario
Super Mario
3.
3 was an arcade.
That was the first time I saw that, and I remember I was like, oh,
I
Well, that was the
blown away.
pick. That was the Player's Choice 10.
yes.
Yep.
When you could pick your own
Yes,
Nintendo
yes,
games. in
yes.
there.
That's right. That's right.
And they had Fester's Quest, which was awful.
Oh, fuck that
Which
game.
was
Damn.
awful.
I rented that too. That was trash.
I remember hearing
Never
about-
rented that.
I think I rented that game too.
I don't fucking
Ugh.
play that. Who wants to play some
They had-
old wrinkled ass?
I'll tell you what they had there too. They had Rastan Saga at some point.
Yes, they did. No, they did. They definitely did. Yes.
And Strider was there.
Really?
Yeah, Strider was there.
Really?
Strider was there before Rastan.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure all you guys have your own story about what was at the store
Around
near
the
you.
corner, something close by, random ass
I mean,
arcade.
delis had them.
Yeah, delis
Delis had them.
definitely
Pizzerias had them. Laundromats had them.
Joe's Deli.
Movie
had,
theaters had them.
Joe's Deli had a line for fucking Street Fighter 2, dude. That shit was crazy.
A lot of people banked off the games. Oh, they just had loaders. Like people would just sit there all day. They didn't buy shit
They
from
just
the
wanna
store.
watch. They just wanna watch.
And they would be in the store all day. But
See if they could steal
Mortal
some chips.
Kombat 2.
Yep.
I'm sure someone's gonna say Mortal Kombat.
I don't have it on mine, but I know one of y'all do.
I have it, and I said it already, but
But you gotta talk about them.
Well, we can talk about 2.
I haven't. Well, that's what I have. That's specifically that's what I have on my list. But
Okay.
go ahead.
What
Oh,
you
my
got?
turn?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna talk about this 4-player beat 'em up. No, I'm kidding.
There's so many of them though. There's so many of them. Seriously, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
That was on my list.
Stop it.
That was on my
That's
list.
on your list.
That was on my list. I had to take that off though because I was like, nah, man.
Now we're gonna go with a Sega arcade game.
You got to talk about Sega.
Virtual On.
That was an arcade?
Yeah.
Yes,
big
it
time
was an arcade.
Yep.
And
I played
kinda-
it.
and I
Played
knew
it
you
in
were-
Vegas.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Of course you did.
I knew you were
Yeah.
gonna say it.
That's
I
gonna
actually
be in
enjoyed
Vegas.
that game.
It looks
3D
cool.
giant robots. So
Yeah.
if you're into Gundam
Yeah.
or any giant robot genre stuff, it kind of like it checks the boxes.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it was super fun arcade because you had to sit in the cockpit
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the joysticks and a little Easter egg. I think the Sega Saturn was out at the time
Yes.
for the home version of Virtual On, and on the back of every robot was a Sega Saturn.
If only
What?
they knew what would happen to that system.
Yeah, it was like it looked like because it looked like it was a little engine, like a little turbine on their back.
That was a
Like-
Saturn?
Yeah, it was a Sega Saturn.
Get the fuck.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
So dope.
What happened to Sega, man?
Oh god.
Oh, sorry. No, wait.
So, what you got?
I think Chalk's gonna like this one. This arcade was pretty. This blew my mind when I first played it. This is Pit Fighter.
Yo,
Oh gosh, really?
let me
Pit
tell you.
Pit Fighter had such a strong impression
Let
on
me
me.
tell you.
Okay?
Whoa.
Pit Fighter shook up my whole shit when it came to and it's the same spot in Timeout in Massapequa. Same spot. Every time I saw Pit Fighter, and I'm like, they got these rendered realistic dudes fighting.
And GIMP uniforms.
Yeah, well, that's just the boss. That's just the boss.
I don't know.
No,
They're shirtless.
one of the dudes
Shirtless.
was like shirtless with a chain
Shirtless.
around his neck and a diaper.
That's not the end.
No.
No, that was like the fifth dude. No, that was like the fifth dude you fought.
I never made that far. I was terrible in the game. I mean, I played the.
This is the Mortal Kombat cash-in.
That's
where
that's
everybody
the
used
same
that.
type of shit. I
The
played with
digitized character.
I play with Buzz, the wrestler, all the time. Turbo always played with Ty, the guy with the cheesy double kick.
Yeah. And every time he hit that double kick, he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No, and that was the best move in the game. But just something about it, man. It was just. I think it was just the the graphics and the how loud the arcade was and the combat. I really enjoyed it.
Never played the arcade. I only played the Genesis.
I had that too. I enjoyed that.
I only
also.
played the Genesis port because I rented it. Me and my brother rented it, and we played the shit out of it.
I loved Pit Fighter.
And I remember liking it at the time.
Don't ever play it again.
But watching
No,
it,
I'm saying no.
But watching it now, I'm like,
if you want to talk about games that are dated, that is a dated game.
watching it now, I'm like, I don't know if I can go back and play that.
It's
shit.
a very dated game.
Super violent. Remember the digitized blood that used to come out of people?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you could pick up like You could pick up bar stools and hit them with it.
Yeah.
Or you get stabbed by the crowd.
Crowd stab you
Yup.
right in the side and
Yeah.
shit.
No, but
push you.
if you timed it right, you could kick that
pop
crap.
the shit. Yeah, you could pop the shit out of
and
that.
then take their weapon.
Yep. There was just something. I like the grittiness of it.
Oh, it was mad grimy.
Yeah, it was a grimy game, but it was cool. Like
was-
I like the
yeah.
concept.
It was
of
in
it
a
at the time.
warehouse. It was just in a
It was
warehouse.
a fight club.
It's a grimy fight club.
It took the fights took place in bars, nightclubs. Yeah, it was fight club
just
before.
something
Fight
about
Club.
it. I was just like, this is. Oh, I love this game. I really
Yeah,
did
man.
back then. I'm not playing it now.
Classic.
though. I ain't fucking with it now. But I loved it. I loved it at the time. But fine.
Arch rivals. Arch rivals.
Arch rivals.
I have listen.
Tyrone.
I'm the
Tyrone. Always pick Tyrone, man. He gets up from
Tyrone,
the free
man.
throw line.
dude. That game. What's funny is like Arch rivals to me. Like
That's NBA Jam before NBA Jam.
I'm not a sports game player. I don't even watch sports. I'm really not a big sports fan. But Arch rivals though. Like I like arcade style like sports games.
Mm-hmm.
Like Blitz and all that stuff. Like if there's some arcade element where anybody can pick up and play,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And man, that freaking changed the game for me because it was like the crowd throw popcorn, soda on the freaking court. You could
So
slip on
cheap.
it.
It's so
Yo,
cheap.
yo, but it was just like, and you could punch your opponent. It was freaking crazy, man. It
That was the
awesome.
first though, yeah. That was
No,
NBA.
that was-
That was NBA Jam before NBA Jam.
Before
I mean,
NBA Jam,
obviously
yeah.
NBA Jam took it over.
Well, they took it over, but they used the real NBA. Obviously,
of course.
The franchise to fucking.
But Arch
sell
Rivals
shit.
is the father of that.
And I wish they never never did anything with that series.
After
Like,
NBA Jam, they didn't touch it at all.
they
That genre
should,
was
because
taken over by that.
That's they're missing something there. I know they did Street. They did
NBA Street was dope.
NBA
NBA Street was
Street.
dope.
It was
I'll get it back.
good.
Michael Jordan, I'll get
But
it
they
back.
have to add like. It
You gotta
reminded
be
me
able to
of,
punch
like,
somebody in the face.
yeah, man. Like it reminded me of, like it's like Road Rash, right? Like Road Rash is like an arcade game.
They watered that
Classic.
down later too, though.
You know,
They watered that down too with the choppers. I was like, man, what the
Yeah,
hell did
but-
y'all do to this game?
the fact that you could punch your opponent, man, that just changes the whole element.
You can hold it down.
Yeah. There's no rules. There's no rules, and I like that. I like that.
I just like breaking the backboard. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was mad slow.
Yes. I remember that. Yeah.
But I'm sure anyone would pick NBA Jam over it because
Yeah.
of what it is. But
Yeah.
because that had the license and everything. But
Yeah, but
if they made a new Arch Rivals and just went all out,
listen,
Just
if
do
there's
some
an
crazy
indie
shit.
developer making something, doesn't even have to be called Arch Rivals, a spiritual successor.
that game did get
I'd be
massively
happy.
cheap though. They did
Did
get
it?
mad cheap.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
the computer,
the
they
AI,
started
the AI
cheating.
was
They started cheating mad hard.
the AI was pretty ridiculous, but it's an arcade game, and that's how
Oh
they're,
yeah, they
they're
stole your
designed.
money. You paid every
They're
quarter.
designed to take your money, though, man.
Every quarter you pay a quarter.
Yeah, no, it's designed to take your money, but that one element of that got me was the fact that you can punch your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd, the freaking crowd throws soda and popcorn.
The fact
and
you
the
slipped
freaking-
on soda and shit made me so mad.
Oh, dude, but that was that. I,
was like,
thought
what
that
the
was dope
What is this?
because that's like, yo, as somebody that's not like a sports person, this was like my favorite, one of my
But
favorite.
who didn't
sports
pick Tyrone?
But then you had to put it in quarter. Listen,
Everyone picked Tyrone.
in the midst of their cheating, you had to drop another quarter. That's what pissed me off.
No,
I'm like, yo, there's
I-
two more points. Like, I fell on popcorn.
But
You gotta
they
put in
got
more
you though.
money.
They got you though.
I didn't put no. I lost.
Nah, I
I didn't
kept
put no
playing.
more money in that.
I kept playing, man.
I knew better. I knew better.
I kept playing, man. But yeah, that's my.
All right.
That's my
I know.
favorite
I know.
right there.
Chat wants us to talk about racing
bathroom
games.
again.
And I would say I'm gonna jump over my racing game stuff because I wasn't a big racing game.
I liked watching them. I never
Yeah.
played them. Though.
I didn't play a lot
Yeah.
of racing games in the arcade, but I mean, obviously, Outrun. I gotta at least give mention.
He said, "Fuck, that's on my list."
Listen, I'm not gonna talk about it. You can talk about it when you get back. But yeah, I was gonna say because Outrun in arcade is great. But and I mean, depends on when you played them. Obviously, you played Cruising USA and Hydro Thunder and all those games by Midway. I was past that by then. I was still doing consoles, but they were better than arcade by then. But I'm sure you guys want to hear that mentioned. But no, I'm going Neo Geo because Neo Geo in the arcade was a multi-game choice,
You at least got like 5.
and you at least you had 4 games that you can pick in every console. Well, every MVS cabinet. I probably got that wrong, but, but I remember the arcade. There's one arcade one and one home one. MVS I think is a home one, but
There's a lot of those in Neo Geo. Neo Geo was pretty popular.
With Neo Geo, I would say my favorite ones to play in the arcade was Metal Slug.
Damn it, man! That's another one on my list.
Nah.
Son of a bitch.
No, you can still talk about it. I left you for that one. But Metal Slug, I actually liked Puzzle Bobble in the arcade.
Motherfucker, man! Did you have my list? Did you pick up my fucking
list
phone?
is gone now.
No, this is part of my Neo Geo cabinet. This is part of Neo Geo cabinet.
I know.
I did play quite a bit of Cyberlip in the arcade.
I played that too.
Which doesn't age well.
Does not age well.
Doesn't age well.
But at the sound effects and everything, it's like it was dope. I'm like, oh, this is the shit.
And of course, Baseball Stars was part of that too.
Wait, I'm waiting for it. You didn't say it yet though.
Oh, I mean, King of Fighters is
No,
on there.
no.
No, I'm just. What are you talking about?
Ninja Combat.
No, no, I won't. I'm not naming that game. That's
Actually,
a terrible
did you say
game.
Samurai Showdown too?
Samurai Showdown 2. I mean, no, I
said
didn't
that?
say that yet. No.
Oh, okay.
But that was all part of the Neo Geo cabinet, and
Okay.
that's why having a Neo Geo in your store was amazing because you can pick through.
Yeah.
Well,
all those games.
it was the first multi-cab.
Well, no, Player's Choice 10 was the first multi-kit, but
Player's Choice 10. What the fuck is that?
Nintendo.
Oh,
Nintendo.
Is that with the Mario 3?
Oh,
Yeah, that was on Mario 3. No.
Okay.
Really? That's technically the first?
No, there was one for the NES that had those games in it, like Castlevania. And
Yeah,
all
but
those.
those
Yes.
They were like 10 games though you could pick, and they had other.
But
shit.
they're cartridge games though, right? It was like a button you press.
Same way Neo Geo worked. Still put the cartridges in.
Yeah, but Neo Geo's freaking the ROMs are.
But Neo Geo is known for it. Yes, they are, and I'm sure you can
arcade
name
ROMs.
tons and tons of Neo Geo games because that was the way it worked. That's how they got their money because it was so much money to buy it at home. They had to make it in the arcade.
Yes.
So
It's the only way you're gonna make money.
exactly, and even if you had that arcade now, it's still dope to have in your house. And a lot of people do look for the Neo Geo cabinet
It's tough
to
man.
play most of those games in it.
They restore them, and it's a lot of money, man.
That's why you get MAME.
No, it's so much
They
money.
put all those games on there.
I looked into it. I'm like, I wanted to buy like a used Neo Geo cabinet. And
Too
I'm
much
like,
money, man.
nah, that shit's
Too much money.
ridiculous money.
You got a grand?
Yeah, no, a grand. That's nothing, man.
But I mean,
that's for like half the.
that's how you played a lot. I mean, that's how you played a lot of their games. And then like
Yeah.
Magician Lord, like the very beginning, they had Magician Lord. They
Oh,
had
God.
they had Nam, and they had
Metal Slug, the first one.
no, not even the very first ones. They had the other one you said.
Samurai
Ninja
Shodown.
Combat was in there. No, the very first, very first.
Ninja Combat. Yeah.
Ninja Combat was in
Combat, Cyberlip. Those are the ones I think.
Yeah, those
The
are
one
the
at
early
Pizza Hut,
ones.
the Pizza Hut restaurant.
You said that the game Pizza Hut. I'm
No,
like,
no, no.
what game Pizza Hut?
Yo, Noid?
There was a four game Neo Geo cabinet at Pizza
They always
Hut.
were four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
And the one
Smart.
I'm thinking about. I
What was the
forgot
game
what
they
it
had? Oh, they had Street Smart. They had Street Smart.
Street Smart was so popular. I used to like
Yeah.
that back in the
It
day.
was so
It did
cheap.
not age well.
Actually, Fatal Fury is in the first ones.
Yo,
Oh,
Fatal
so-
Fury.
Fatal Fury was in there.
Hell yeah.
But
I
I
was
mean,
terrible at that game.
that's
Dude,
just my way of
terrible.
that's just my way of
But
making it
anyway.
much because of Neo Geo.
You've named too many games already.
That
You
was
gotta
all
go-
Neo
You
Geo.
gotta move on.
That was all Neo Geo.
Move on,
That was my Neo Geo pick.
You
Okay.
named like most of my shit. So
All right. We're going to go back to a classic fighting game. That was basically the father. If Street Fighter is the father to all fighting games, this game is the father to the games that followed it. X-Men: Children of the Atom.
Yeah.
Pac-Man?
What?
X-Men: Children of the Atom.
Oh my god! What the hell?
No one said any
Excellent.
Atari.
Excellent
Pac-Man case.
X-Men based fighting game. Every character was done so well.
I'm surprised you didn't say well. What's the
Yeah,
movie?
actually.
Yeah, exactly. So the Cyclops was in it. Optic Blast.
Optic
Yeah,
Blast.
Optic Blast.
Optic Blast.
Well, that was the
Cyclops.
first. Was that like one of the like biggest licensed games? Obviously,
I
before
think so.
X-Men.
Yeah.
I mean, you already said X-Men, but
At the time.
Yeah. It was, and it was.
were they the first ones to get big off the comic shit? Like arcades were the first one to cash in on comics. Like they were the first before movies, before anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Capcom,
yeah,
the
absolutely.
Avengers, they had the Superman,
Without a
they had
doubt.
the
Yeah.
Spider-Man, all that shit. Yeah,
So they had
absolutely.
all this shit before. that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So and
Or
that
was
game,
it the cartoons? Let me stop. No,
Yeah. Oh no.
I mean,
I'm joking. Yeah.
but yeah, like the characters were done so well. The bosses were cheesy as hell.
Yes.
Who's the boss of that one? Apocalypse.
Juggernaut was the mid boss, and then Magneto was the final boss. And
Always
he was cheesy.
Oh shit.
Cheesy
Yeah,
as
yeah,
hell.
yeah.
Cheesy as hell. But the characters were so good. You had Cyclops, Wolverine, of course, Colossus,
Storm.
Psylocke, Storm, Iceman. Omega Red.
Was Rogue in there or no?
Akuma was in it, right?
He
Or
was,
he in the
he was a
second
secret
one?
boss.
He was in the first one.
boss.
Yeah.
Was Rogue in it? Oh,
No.
Rogue was in the second Marvel superhero.
I remember her as an assist, but I don't know.
She was an assist in Marvel versus Capcom.
She was always one of my favorite
She
characters.
doesn't get much
She
love.
gets no run.
She really doesn't get any run. Gambit wasn't in there either, right?
No.
Nah.
Never gets love.
Ga-
Never
Ga-
gets love.
Gambit gets shitted
They
on.
were in the next- they were in the next
Actually,
one.
no. Rogue was in X-Men versus Street Fighter.
they were in the next one.
Gambit and Rogue were both in X-Men
Oh,
versus
nice,
Street Fighter.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
Jubilee gets no run.
No,
No,
hell no. She gets
rarely.
no run. She gets
She's in
zero
2
run.
games.
They
got
put
fireworks,
they
man.
put Dazzler, but not Jubilee.
Yeah, I know.
That
Come on.
sucks.
But yeah, man, like that game was fire.
Hmm.
I remember dumping loads and loads of quarters in there.
I was about to say.
Stop, man.
Dude, the
What
way
is
you,
wrong
the way
with
you?
you?
The way you
What
said
is
it.
wrong with you?
The way
I know
you
because I saw the
remember
wheels turning in your stupid ass head.
Dumping
The way you-
loads and loads. Wait, what? What are we talking about here? We're talking about arcade games?
Wow.
Wow.
Just took a turn and I
Sorry,
didn't see
man.
it coming.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see it coming.
Waters.
Oh, pun intended.
Yeah, dirty minds here, man. Sorry.
Wow.
You forgot you know who you're talking to, man?
What's wrong with
The
y'all,
way you
man?
said it. The way you said it. You said I'm dumping loads.
I'm
and
dumping
what-
loads
Whoa, what?
and loads. Like, whoa.
What's wrong with y'all?
Did you guys? Did you guys ever run into this like on your continue countdown? You ran out of quarters and you had to run to the machine and try and get money before
Yep.
it runs
Panic.
out.
The panic. There's a panic.
And
Yup.
you get there 1 second left,
Nah, man.
and you don't get the quarter in.
I had to run to my
The worst. You could be at the last boss,
It
mom.
just
Running to my
starts
mom's,
all
man.
over.
Mom.
and it's a
She's
wrap.
like,
over.
hurry up.
No quarters,
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing,
man.
man.
But that game,
Say
fire.
goodbye.
Fire. And it was the predecessor for Marvel Superheroes, then X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom, and so on. So
And then SNK versus. Nah, was that an arcade? I don't even know.
SNK versus Capcom?
I don't think that was an arcade. Maybe in Japan, but not.
yeah, I think it was a console. It came out
It
with
wasn't in,
consoles only here.
Yeah.
I think.
All right, what you got?
I got so many.
Damn it.
I got 5 on
Well,
it.
run through a few.
You want me to
What
do
you
a
got?
couple?
Yeah,
Okay.
what you got?
All right, let's start off with Golden Axe.
Oh,
I was
Okay.
gonna make. I was actually gonna put that on my list, but I was like,
Golden
somebody else
Axe,
is gonna say
man.
it.
Holy shit.
you know it's a classic when the music is in your head right away.
Dude, no, as soon as I said the name,
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
stage is in my dude. Oh my god, Golden Axe. I can't. And the funny thing is, I always, speaking about .emu, who just came out with the Ninja Turtles game and they did Streets of Rage. They said after the Streets of Rage that they're working on a couple of projects. And I guess that's their thing now. You know, bringing back a lot of these things, and a lot of people are just like, bring out Golden Axe, please. Someone, please, God, bring out Golden Axe again.
Well, another company that said they were working on, or new people working on stuff, is Forever Entertainment, and they're apparently working on a bunch of Square old games.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's
they
dope.
didn't say what, but they meant.
See, a lot of everyone's on a hush hush right now.
Yep.
And pandemic kind of postpones a lot of things that probably were supposed to be announced, but between now and the summer, I'm pretty sure a lot of these things are going to start to come up. But no, Golden Axe, man. Oh, yeah, like that had the effect on me like Ninja Turtles did.
That was the Streets of Rage engine.
Yeah, that
Well,
was.
I mean, Streets of Rage used that engine.
Yeah, like, and when that came out for the Genesis, oh my god, my mind was blown.
It's pretty close to what it was.
It was almost the same exact
that
thing.
dragon though.
The dragon.
when you used the magic,
Oh.
that was like one of the first titles that had like that
I
much
was-
detail. It was
Well,
dope.
I was blown away. It's still like
Fun. It's a fun game.
there's arcades that have certain memories for me.
They would curse so hard.
They would.
But it was badly recorded, so they let it go.
did. But Golden Axe is one of those, man. Definitely one of those. Another one I have on here is probably might be on Chalks is Narc.
Oh gosh,
Yo.
talk about 80s. Jeez.
I was obsessed.
That game was amazing.
I was obsessed with this arcade.
What the hell?
They would throw a syringe.
What you mean,
on
what
you.
the
that
hell?
was a
I
cheap
was-
ass game, man.
Dude, I was obsessed with this arcade
game was
game.
amazing.
I mean,
Amazing.
you had to have been.
What?
You had to have been obsessed with that game when it came out.
I was,
was
cheap. Beyond, it was beyond cheap.
Then it
That
just
was cheap
started.
as hell.
It just started
but
like
you got in a Porsche though.
No.
yeah, you were driving in a Porsche and you jumped out.
Yeah,
And it's
but-
crashing in 2 seconds
And you go like
anyway.
this. You go like
Bro.
this. You walk. It was like this.
You walk like this when you're
Yeah,
fucking
man.
gun.
Yep.
There's just something about
Bro.
it. I
And then-
fucking love
And when
that
you shot
game.
rockets into like
Oh, that was a
armies of
fatality.
bad guys, body parts,
Yeah.
everywhere. And
I was obsessed.
And I think I was playing this on Nintendo.
Nah, it was better in arcade, man.
Arcade was
Arcade was
the
better.
best.
No, I played in the arcade.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
played in
yeah.
the
But it was
arcade.
It came out- yeah,
ridiculously
Nintendo was
tough,
tough.
though, man. Ridiculous.
But
Oh,
you couldn't kill the dogs. They turned them they shrunk them down to little dogs.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Did they really?
body humans, you blow them. To
Oh,
pieces.
you blow
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah,
Crack
yeah.
at you. They throw crack at you. They throw crack.
But you could arrest people too. You didn't have to shoot them.
Yeah,
Dude, how
Yeah.
like that's fucking.
Where's the fun in
that's-
that?
How crazy game
but
is
I
that?
think you got more points though.
Was it like the same type of game? Like, why does it remind me of Smash TV?
Because it is.
Like, 'cause
I think the people who-
Side-scrolling Smash TV.
I think
Right,
I think
right.
the people who made Smash TV made that
Because when
game.
you grab them, they fly off the screen like
Yep.
when you get money and
But
stuff.
it's like Smash TV. It's side
It's
scrolling,
violent
and
as
they
all hell.
throw crack. That's what they throw
You
at
just wanted to say. You said that just to say that.
I know
didn't
you
you?
said that.
He
I was
sure
waiting
did.
for him to say
They
that.
throw
He
crack.
sure did.
No,
Just wanted to
that
say
that one had an insane impression on me. I'll do one more before you go, just so I can get a lot of these out. You're gonna disagree, but I enjoyed the arcade and it made me love the Genesis one, which was way better, and it's Gain Ground.
Oh gosh, I'm not gonna disagree.
Gain Ground, which has no sequel, no sequel whatsoever.
No,
One of the few Sega IPs that
you think they would do strategy with that? A lot better.
something.
A lot
The
better.
arcade obviously is beyond more cheap than most arcades. Like
Fuck that
it,
game.
It was. we did it on the channel, by the way. We played the arcade on the emulator, and
Mm-hmm.
it was beyond cheap. But when I was younger, I loved this game. I loved it. It was 3 players, and the reason why we played on the channel is because we never played it 3 players in the arcade when we were younger. Like, I played with Turbo, or I played with you, or I played with somebody, but I would never play it 3 players.
Never, because you know what? Because whenever we played in an emulator, because obviously that's the only way to play it recently, it was glitched, so we never got the 3 players.
Never
going.
got it going. And even though we got it going, it was still cheap as shit.
What was it on Sega Ages? The arcade one?
Sega Ages. Yeah,
You played
Sega
the 3-player on
Sega
that?
Ages. But
Oh, fuck that game.
the
though.
Genesis one, which is only 2 players,
Way
is
better.
the best by far
Way better.
version of Gain Ground.
Yeah.
But I always loved it. I always loved the overhead. You
Because
get
that first stage gets you.
that music hits you and the different kind of characters. Oh, I can collect this character. Oh, and they're selectable on the next screen. Like, I loved it. I
That's
loved
the
Gain
sound.
Ground.
That's the sound. That's the death.
No. Oh, I just got the like.
That's it.
I just got the. And they're
That's the
dead. The guy you just got
Bro,
is
man.
dead.
What a weird.
Every fucking time he's fucking dead. Or you die and that character you are has to get saved now and the guy that you picked up is gone. It's an unforgiving game, but I did love it back in the day. I loved that game. I loved it.
Emerald says, do you remember the 1986 Batman arcade game?
1986.
86? I don't remember.
I do not.
Wait.
Don't.
I know of a Batman
arcade.
arcade game, which
Was
was
it
like
in
the
the Batmobile?
Batmobile. I remember
That's
that.
I'm thinking
I'm
the same
thinking
thing.
that's gotta be the
Is
same
that the one
game.
in the Batmobile where you?
It's got to be. But in 86, that's
I don't
that's
remember.
early as fuck. That's like before Gyromite. No, that's not before Gyromite. But it's around that time.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one, unless that's the same one.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah, I don't remember a good Batman in arcade.
No, that's the
No.
funny thing is I don't.
Batman
No.
Forever was in the arcade and it was bad.
No.
Oh, that was with the big ass fucking yellow.
Yeah, the
oh.
Digital. Nah, yeah.
I
it was-
I
that was in
don't
the show.
remember a good one in that.
No, I don't. All right.
All right,
What
Al.
you got, man?
I'll go over the ones that you already mentioned, Stikz.
All right, go for it.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Actually, I didn't mention Mortal Kombat 2.
You did.
No, you just mentioned it, but you didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't say
Well,
shit
you
about it.
you said it, but I'm like, it's
I
on
said-
my list. I'm like,
Yeah,
ah, shit.
I passed it to you.
But you can talk about it.
I'm gonna talk about it. Mortal
Fatality.
Kombat 2.
That was amazing.
I played it. First time I ever played it wasn't in Timeout at the mall.
Time out all day.
It wasn't there. I played it at.
Shut you down.
Yeah, right. I
Time
played
out
it-
all day.
I played it at the pizzeria.
Fuck the pizzeria. Time out. No, I'm just kidding.
My mom was a unisex barber, so she used to cut hair or whatever. And I used to go after school at my elementary school. I used to go visit her, and she'd give me some money. And after school, I would go
You should know that was
to the
rated M.
pizzeria to get some pizza. She'd give me some money for some pizza, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Actually,
Mortal
And they
Kombat
had-
2 was so good.
arcade wasn't
It
even
was.
rated.
So good.
It wasn't rated M. The arcade wasn't rated M. That's
No,
what
the
started
arcade was it. Listen, I was
Everyone
a young kid.
everyone
I was a
very-
young ass kid.
It was very quiet.
I just
Everyone was
remember I
very
went and
quiet.
got my fucking my soda and my pizza, and I was like, then there was a line to play the game, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait until there's a moment till I can play. I still got some money left over.
It's so good.
Dude, It's awesome, man.
Classic.
It's awesome.
Classic.
It was simplified enough to make you think you know how to play when you really didn't even know how to do it.
You know what's crazy?
I remember the first time seeing a fatality and seeing it done,
ruined you.
and then finding out. Like, I just wanted to know how the fuck did this guy do that? And I remember asking one of the guys that was there. I was like, "Yo, how did you do that?" And he showed me how to do it, and I did it.
A lot tougher on the fucking little.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
yeah,
But I remember he was explaining how to do it, and he freaking showed me, and I was like,
Hold down forward low punch.
"Oh,
You know what's crazy? How do people from the arcade learn how to do fatalities?
Don't know
There's
how
there's
to-
no
there's no
guides.
internet.
There's no
I'll tell you.
guides.
and there was no
internet.
internet, which
No,
is
I'll
crazy.
tell you, I'll tell
no
you.
internet, man."
Chinatown.
Chinatown.
No, that's serious. That's how I found out how to do a Shoryuken. I
What?
had to go to Chinatown. He's like, "Yo, how do you do it?" Walk forward, do a fireball. I was like,
There's
"What?"
like a
And that's not how you do it. But that's
Confucius.
how,
That's
that's how I
He's
learned
like
how to do
he's
it.
like in a freaking robe. He's like,
And then it's like hearsay. Then it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hearsay.
No, it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
legend.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
legendary. Yeah.
no, it's crazy. Like that whole it sucks because it's gone now. It's like it's all online. But
Of course.
that like seeing it in person and like experiencing that's something that you're never gonna get again.
Somebody knew that shit the day of though. Like they knew all the
I
fatalities
don't
day
know
of.
how the fuck they knew.
They would call. They would
Maybe
call.
maybe
fucking-
there was a manual that came with the actual arcade cabinet.
Nah, they would call the hotline.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, they did. That's how they got.
Yeah,
That's how they got
yeah,
it.
man.
No, 2 was so dope. I used to. That was also at Joe's Deli.
Is that the deli? Yeah.
Like that. That was. That looked so awesome. It
That was the
just
only thing that was
incredible.
rivaled Street Fighter 2. That was it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta go back to so we can talk about it because obviously
Go for it.
more than one of us had
All
this
these
shit.
titles. Yeah.
Double Dragon, of course, you mentioned. Metal Slug.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, man! When I first saw that, I'm like, damn, this is like like the animation alone was like
Still
intriguing.
Is.
I'm like,
Still is though.
Artsy Contra.
And what's funny is
Yeah,
Contra wasn't
'cause I
even
remember
that big
Contra at the-
for us.
I remember Contra. I'm like, I love Contra, but
In the
then this-
arcade for Nintendo.
I experienced it on Nintendo. I played the arcade, but
Yeah.
Nintendo was
bad.
No,
Contra
Nintendo
for me.
was-
Nintendo was Contra. For me.
Nintendo
Yeah, yeah.
Contra was definitely
Yeah.
that was it.
You
Yeah.
can't
But-
flip like this. Like, what the fuck is that shit?
But when you saw
Dolphin.
when you went from Contra to Metal Slug and you saw that like
Oh, they polished the shit out of it.
the
It's perfect.
animation, it was just like it was smooth. It was like watching an anime.
You're playing a cartoon.
I'm like, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Why is everyone you save a hippie?
I love the death sound. You shoot somebody.
That was a perfect
Thank
sound
you.
effect.
Thank you.
That didn't
Thank
sound
you.
like
That
right from the
sounded-
game.
it sounded like it, right?
Yeah, the little. It had like a distortion too. That's
Thank you.
good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nah, that game was addicting, man.
Rocket launcher. I'm sorry.
And they had like 5 of them.
The other one was Outrun.
Yes, man.
That was the other game that was like
Certain games in the
racing
arcade
games.
were
Oh,
the way they were because
Yes.
of how it was set up in the arcade.
And also,
Some of them had the seat.
Yeah.
Where
well,
you
it
could
was
sit in.
2 of them. There was a stand-up
When you
one.
could stand up.
I played the stand-up one, and I also played the one in the seat.
The one in the bowling alleys was the stand up one.
Yeah.
You go to
Yeah.
arcade, like the Sega
Yeah.
arcade, they'd have the real shit.
Yes.
And you can sit down on it.
Yeah.
And you know what's very important about that is a lot of these arcades, you remember the music.
Yeah.
Oh,
Outrun.
But there was
Oh,
1,000
yeah.
things playing at the same time in
Yeah,
arcade.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
really
yeah.
couldn't really
you
No,
could
but
hear
there was-
Outrun.
you
You could
heard
hear
it.
Outrun.
It was loud
Oh,
enough
yeah.
that
You could hear
freaking
Street
it.
Fighter. You could always hear Street Fighter too.
Yep.
You could
Yes.
always hear
The
Street
volume
Fighter.
on that was always loud.
Why does everyone sound like they're 70 years old?
Sonic Boom.
Wow.
So Outrun.
Outrun, no, Outrun.
No, Outrun. Yeah.
And my experience with Outrun was just Sega Master System.
Yeah.
I never fucking
More
heard
so
of
than the
it.
arcade. But when you flipped in the arcade, it had better graphics. And,
I
and
like
the
that-
girl would fall out the car. When
Oh, she was flying. But how's she getting back in?
she would get
Well,
mad at you. Though.
Playing in the arcade. If you've ever played with the steering wheel in the Outrun with the
I
actual
heard that
steering
shit's
wheel,
fly.
it had some like force feedback.
Oh, yeah.
So like if you tried to like
You feel
steer,
that shit when you
like
crash.
it was like it would force against you. So you try to turn left, and it was like pushing you to the right.
And then you
and
feel
it
your
made
money
you-
leaving your pocket.
Dude,
That's
No,
what
but
they
it-
should have to, when you fly out the car, the money, why is money
Yeah.
flying out
You
every
crash
time?
with-
Oh, that's you, motherfucker, because you're going to have to pay another quarter.
that really did, like, even though I never drove at the
Yeah,
time,
that
I was a
force
kid,
feedback,
I never knew how to drive a car, but it made me feel like, oh shit, I'm actually driving a car.
But that's what made arcades different than at home.
Right.
Yep.
Because you
Right.
couldn't do that at home at the
Yeah.
time. Not at all.
Yeah, man. But it was the Genesis one was a good,
Oh, awesome.
that was a good port.
Awesome.
That was a good port.
Genesis.
Oh no, that was
Sega.
Sega Masters.
I'm sure they probably had one for Genesis, but that ain't the one.
No, but
I'm surprised
they
didn't.
had. It was a good port. It was a good port, but the arcade though, man, that definitely hit it. That hit
Hell
the
yeah.
nail on the head. I have. Let me see how many I have.
Can I join you on one of these? Because I know you got it.
Well, I got two left.
All right, so I know one of them
So-
was a shooter. I know one of them was a shooter.
Oh yeah, of course.
Is it House of the Dead?
No,
No. Is it Time
it
Crisis?
was my honorable mention.
Is it Time Crisis?
Yes.
Okay, so go for it. Like I was gonna jump in.
No,
Time
that-
Crisis is definitely
listen,
one of
like-
the arcade experiences that you cannot beat.
The one
Yeah.
thing about like this arcade experience is very I have like a very holds a very special place in my heart because this is something that you can't emulate now.
No, it's
You
still
really
unique.
can't
It's
emulate.
still unique to the arcade.
It's so unique that you cannot even till this day with all this technology, PS5, all this
Foreign.
shit.
well, you'd
you
have to get some
cannot-
old shit. You have to get old shit.
You cannot emulate this unless you have the actual cabinet. You cannot emulate this because this is the only like light gun shooter
You can get a
that had a
CRT,
foot pedal
and you can
that
get
you
a-
had a freaking that it was ahead of its time, man.
I tell you how I ghettofied it though.
Oh no, I heard. Yeah. All right.
When I had it for the home systems, I would get like a steering wheel,
Okay.
but you wouldn't use the steering wheel. You just
Oh, it
use
had the foot
you just
pedal.
use
Yes,
the foot
yes.
pedal, and you can actually duck behind you with the foot pedal. and
Wait,
stuff
wait.
At home,
I remember I gave you.
you gave me one of them.
my
and you used
Mad
it that way.
Catz. I had a Mad Cat
Yes.
steering wheel with the foot pedal.
Yes.
And I gave that. Did that work with
That
that?
was one. Yes.
Get the fuck
Yes,
out
it
of here,
did.
man.
Yes, it did.
Dude, I should have kept that shit, man.
That's the only time I used that thing because you would turn and the whole shit would flip.
Yeah, man.
So
I
just use
used
the
that for
pedal.
Ridge Racer, and that was the only game I could play it on.
The
and
pedals
that
will
was
count as a button, so you can do it.
Get the fuck
And you can
outta
use the Dance Dance Revolution pad, so you can step on one of the buttons and do it that way too. But yeah, that's one of the things you can't do on a flat screen TV now at the moment. And give it a few months, maybe we'll throw that back
Well, you
because we're gonna get a new gun that can do it.
Yeah,
So
you
we'll
got
see how that works.
The Sinden light gun is on its way.
Yeah,
We got,
but
we ordered.
in
two.
order to use the old shit, the old Namco
Nobody has
shit,
that. No one's
you gotta
streaming
use
that shit, right?
it. They're getting them sent to them now, so
Yeah.
it's gonna happen sooner or later. But stay tuned to the channel to see it on us.
Dude, I miss that genre of arcade.
Well,
Like Virtual Cop.
House of the Dead.
That's an arcade experience.
I know you don't like this game, but
Oh, hell no.
I grew
Fuck
up
that
with it.
game.
And
I know what you're gonna say.
I know you know what I'm gonna say.
Was it
but
Operation fucking-
No,
Oh, no.
not Operation Wolf.
Operation Wolf was terrible.
No.
And so is this other. Area 51 is terrible.
No, not Area 51.
Okay,
Lethal
okay.
Enforcers. I
That's
like
still
that.
terrible.
No, I like that game.
I
Damn
saw
it.
that in the chat. Someone
Yeah,
mentioned
someone
it.
said that in the
Someone
chat.
Said in the chat, yo,
Someone said Lethal
big
Enforcers.
ups to you, man. Big ups to you in
I
the
saw
chat.
in the chat. Someone
No,
said
Lethal Enforcers was a dope ass light gun game, and I like that. Listen, you got
let you get that one.
You got Mortal Kombat, right? You got the pre-rendered graphics, right, with the fucking digitized shit. That was a digitized light gun game, all right, and that worked, and it was fine. You got the hostages. You don't shoot the hostages.
Why not?
Was two
Why
cowboys?
not? Because it's fun.
I was about to say you love shooting the hostages out. You love killing them.
No, but
My shit is point blank. That's what I got. That you got
point
that.
blank. Okay.
LA
that's
Machine
fine.
Guns was another good light gun game.
What's that?
LA
Oh,
Machine
yes,
Guns.
Yes.
What's
yes.
that?
Damn.
All right.
don't-
Anyways.
LA Machine
I
Guns.
don't know. I don't know.
It was a dope game. It was
Is that the
two-player.
big ass machine gun shit?
Yeah, you
Okay.
stand up on the platform.
Okay.
And-
Even though it was a
And your
hard,
characters are in a chopper at all times.
another honorable mention
gotta get
because it was fucking tough.
Jurassic Park.
I couldn't pass the first stage. Terminator.
Fuck that game. That's a money
Yo.
hungry. Nah,
Yo.
fuck that game.
I couldn't pass the first
That
stage.
shit eats your
That was
money.
on my list.
You
Actually,
could have $20. You won't
Yeah,
beat that.
Terminator.
Oh my!
Terminator was fire, bro.
It was fire. No, it was fun.
I will not give a.
I can't pass the first stage, dude.
Thief
I can't
ass
pass.
game.
Like gun?
I will not give that credit for
You had-
stealing everyone's money.
They gave you it was a Uzis on the thing.
Yeah.
It was like
It's like a magnet.
That was the first.
Listen, I gotta play with two players.
I stayed
'cause-
away from most light gun games because
that was the first
they'll
light gun game.
Take your fucking cash.
Oh yeah,
Fix it
easily,
into anything.
easily.
The
That
worst.
shit is out in
Bro.
seconds.
The worst thing is when you get that big ass bullet screen, burn, and your money is gone.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
come on,
With the
man.
red
With the
outline.
Yeah.
red outline and just-
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like- and it
Countdown.
has the countdown.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Right away.
That countdown comes in. You're
It's like, no, I shot that missile, you asshole. Your game is fucking broken, you thief.
Oh,
But
man.
House of the Dead also is a good one though. Even though it wasn't on my list, I put that as an honorable mention.
That's the shit.
All light gun games were, obviously they're relics of the past, but
they were the only games that they would have other than the racing games
they're
in the
unique.
later days.
Right. They're unique experiences that, like even now, there's a steering wheel that you can buy for the PS4. There's no really like a light gun that you can get for the PS4. That died after the Dreamcast was like the last console that I know that
People buy
had a
real
light
guns
gun.
now.
Huh?
People buy
real guns now.
Oh yeah.
And they shoot their screens.
Well, they had the Wii had
Wow.
had the has the add-on for the
Call
Drake,
of Duty took it over.
the Wiimote.
No, I know that was the last one to actually have like a fake.
That's literally
light
the
gun.
last.
Well, no, this VR light guns, kind of.
That's not the same shit though.
I never tried.
I don't
try
count.
it,
I
gotta
don't
try
count
it.
it.
You
I
gotta
don't
try
count it as the same shit.
Who's next?
But yeah.
Oh,
go
me?
ahead. I got
shit.
one more after this.
Arcade. You know what? I said a lot of the ones that I played a lot in the arcade. I mean, there's old throwbacks like Ninja Gaiden arcade.
I have
and
that on mine.
obviously
Right.
Final Fight. Like there's beat 'em ups. I can name a shit ton of them, and that's what would waste money because you can probably get a good 15 minutes per quarter. So, it's a good time waster. So you
Yeah.
play a lot of those games that way. If you play a fighting game, you got to be good, or your ass is done in 2 minutes. Like,
you be out
like
of there, man.
you'll lose your money fast if you get the right opponent. But
Yeah.
obviously, you can win and win and win and win. Also, but shit. I mean, what was it? I played some shooters in the arcade sometimes, and it was like Prehistoric Isle. I don't know. That's not a lot. That's not something that a lot of people played. And I think it was an SNK game.
Yeah, I never
But
played
there were some shooters I played in the arcade, like UN Squadron and stuff like that.
UN
I'm trying to just mention a bunch of stuff that no one would possibly say. Sometimes I would play stuff like Super Hang On, or when you get on a bike and you got to actually drive.
I
go on
always
the bike
wanted that.
yourself.
I never messed with those in the arcade.
never played that
I had
either.
it for Genesis, but I never
Never
messed with the
played it.
arcade. I
They
should've.
were a bit expensive, but
Yeah.
they'd have like eight of them, like on each side. You can race.
Oh
against
wait,
people.
It's the
crazy.
motorcycle.
Motorcycle
with
yeah.
the I played that.
They would
I
have
played
them.
that.
But I wouldn't. They would cost like $2.
Yeah, no, they would cost
It would
something.
cost a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
would
money
cost
to try.
something, yeah.
'cause-
Yeah.
And then they had things like only in arcade. They had like
shit.
Thunder
I
Force.
just
They had this
remembered
big
one.
ass gyro thing you can get in that
Yep.
spins. I would get sick. I wouldn't get in there.
No, I don't mess with that.
But I'll name an arcade that some of you may have seen that you didn't want to play, but it was the future. We thought it was the future. Have you seen in like the Sega arcades? They'd have this hologram game. It was like a cowboy game, and it was a hologram. You could see on top,
Oh.
and they were like you could see through them.
Yo, I was gonna put that on my list,
But
but,
it was
I didn't
like-
have time to look it up. What the hell
That
the
was
name
always
of that
over
was.
like $1.
It
right?
was
It
a-
was
yeah,
literally
it
like
was $1,
five-
man.
Like, it was mad though to
And
play.
it was low.
There was
it
two-
low? And it
yeah.
would be like the hologram would be up
There
here.
was two.
Okay.
There was
yeah.
2 games in particular that were
There were two,
hologram
yeah.
games.
And you thought they were going to be the future of games.
Yes.
It was like the shit they
And you
could've
never
got
saw
out.
that shit again.
I'll be 100%
Time.
honest.
It was like time jumper.
Every
or some
time I
shit.
seen them,
Yeah.
I was never interested in
Because
playing
it was
them.
like playing Dragon's Lair, which is another arcade
Because I always
game.
saw how much it was, and
Yeah.
it was. I'm like,
Yo.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking
You
at.
wanna-
Just
you-
fuck. It looks real, but I don't care. What,
Well,
what
it was
do you
hit,
do?
It was
You know
hit
what
right,
it is?
left. It was hit right, left, up, down.
You know
yeah,
what
I
it
didn't.
was?
I didn't care for that.
It was Dragon's Lair basically.
But Dragon's Lair used to try and get me. I used to want to spend money on that
Oh,
all the
bro.
time, but I was like, it's gonna rob me.
You know what's
can't
funny?
play
I
that.
always wanted to, but I never did. I never did.
I remember
Cartoon?
Yeah, I
begging
never
my
did.
mom. I said, "Mom,
I
give
never
me
did.
some money for." And
It was
I'm
an
begging her. She's
interactive
like, "No,
cartoon.
we gotta go. We gotta." I'm like, "Can I get?"
She's like, "You're gonna die anyway, motherfucker."
She get. It was
Instant.
$1. It was $1. So I was
Instant
like,
death.
"All right." I
Instant
got the $1. My mom's like,
You
"All right,
done.
fine, here,
You're done seconds.
bro."
She didn't have to wait long.
Nope.
Shit was done.
Dude, she was so mad at me.
You're just like, here. Let me,
was
you wanna
literally
light this on-
seconds.
Mom,
It
you
was
want to light
literally
this on
seconds.
fire? Light it on
I put
fire.
that shit in. It's just a took my money. I was
But you
like,
died funny as hell though.
and I was like, "All right, I'm playing." I'm like, "How do I play?"
Done.
Nope. Done. Over. Over.
They played like
Got-
Over.
Get
quick. The whole game
decapitated.
is quick time
Damn.
event.
I was like, "Damn."
The whole game played like
I
a
never
PS3
played it.
game.
Never.
I listen.
will.
I know. We had Retro Ralph on our as a guest on the
Retro
show.
Ralph. Shut up.
And he's a arcade collector, so he collects like actual arcade machines.
It's a sought after arcade.
Shit, we
This one,
we should've gotten
that
from
is a sought after arcade. I
Yeah.
saw on YouTube somebody actually found that and he restored it. Like it was a
Yeah.
broken one, and he restored it.
On
And he's like,
Laserdisc.
what's crazy is like something like that is another one of those relics that like you can't emulate that. It's like that's something that you need to see in person
That shit's on my phone.
because I can't. No, you can't see that shit.
There it is. Time Traveler. There it
Time
goes.
travel.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah, that's it.
It was like a
That's it, yeah.
cowboy guy with the.
It was so bad.
Oh, dude, it was.
It was so bad.
I was like, what?
You
the
put your
hell?
dollar in and it's over.
Yeah,
your
man.
experience is over. Shit's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, man. Dragon's Lair is another one that I remember my older brother My older brother freaking played that, and I watched him freaking lose. Like
No.
10 seconds, man. 10 seconds.
Dude, I
of gameplay.
can't watch anyone play it. They can't get through it.
No
Those
one can.
games-
I think I
those
was
games
watching
are
Joel on Media Glitch. He was trying to play it, and he was getting robbed at the end.
Oh.
Hard. And I was like,
No,
dude,
those are-
no one can do this shit.
Nah, it's
Those-
meant to take your money.
Sadistic.
It's so vague.
It's
sadistic.
It's like, hit up here. No.
up.
It's terrible.
Up. And you hit it, and it's like, no, and then you die.
doesn't
You're like,
work.
How the, what the,
It doesn't work.
Nope.
not working.
But you
Go
got
ahead.
I got a couple left. Okay. First one is Sunset Riders.
Ooh.
That was mentioned in the
Sunset
chat.
Riders.
Yeah,
That
so-
was
so-
mentioned in the chat.
yeah,
Four
Sunset
was
player
mentioned.
cowboy game.
That's 4, right?
Four player
players.
cowboy
Yeah.
Contra.
Yeah, no, that was
Pretty
good.
much.
That was
We might have to
good.
play
Super
that.
fun game.
That shit was tough as fuck, but
It
it
was.
was good. I remember that. That was very, very good.
Super fun game. And a like-gun game that some people don't know about, Revolution X.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That game was the soundtrack was entirely made by Aerosmith, and you had to rescue the members of Aerosmith
Yes.
while playing the game in order to get the good ending.
Yeah, we gotta get him on the podcast.
Tommy
talk about that
Tellerico, D's, make it happen. Yo.
That game was fire. It was super fun. I loved that game.
That's all you, Charlie.
Why
No,
you
that was
hating?
that was a good game.
Why you hating, bro?
Did it come out?
Yo,
on,
Jay with that
I don't know if it
vintage
did.
hate right there, man. Right from
I
the
don't.
soul.
I don't know if it did. Did it come out for Sega CD also?
Yes.
I don't remember.
I'm almost positive.
It's
I
a
it
full
could've
did.
sworn
motion.
it did.
It's a full motion game. It probably did.
I'm almost
I
positive.
could have sworn
Or
it
it
did.
could have been play. I think it's PlayStation time though. I think
Is
it came
it?
out during
I
PlayStation
gotta look it
time,
up.
yeah.
I don't know. I think I kind of feel like it was Sega CD.
I'm pretty sure it was
I think.
PlayStation, but it's possible.
But
Revolution.
whatever.
Revolution X. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Revolution X.
Didn't it get a world record too? I think. Or no, it got an award for something. I remember
Probably
reading-
best soundtrack.
probably, yeah.
It came out for Sega Genesis
Genesis.
Wow.
and Saturn.
Wow.
Saturn and Play. I know Saturn and PlayStation.
What the hell? No Sega CD.
I don't see 6. You know
Get the fuck out
That's
of
funny.
here.
Sega Saturn 97, Sega Genesis 94.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that the Menacer. What is that gun?
Yeah, the
for,
Menacer.
for the Genesis.
The Menacer.
What?
For the
Another
Genesis.
game was another like gun game, House of the Dead. That was super fun.
Oh, yeah, that's the shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the
That was
better
in
ones.
everywhere.
That's one of the
Yeah.
better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Best voice acting.
and I
Best
couldn't-
Always. Always.
That's worse. Hell yeah.
Always.
The best voice.
Best worst voice actor. That's a
That was,
thing.
that was awesome.
That should get an award.
Yeah.
and I can't talk about arcades without not talk about Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say one.
Of course
on my
you were.
list.
Of course
Because
you were.
Marvel, I have a fond memory of that game because I was playing somewhere.
Yeah.
I was playing this game, and this dude who I guess was running a tournament approached me to come play in the tournament later, but I had to catch a flight, and I couldn't participate in the tournament. Ends up our flight got canceled, and I would have been able to.
Oh shit.
I could have been a fighting game champion earlier, guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now I'm washed up.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm washed up.
I'm a has-been.
Fighter Fridays, just to.
I'm a
catch
never
up.
was.
But now you got Fighter Fridays. Though. You can
Fighter
still be
Fridays,
champion
man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
there. When are you gonna play that there?
What, Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Next
Y'all asking all these questions.
Bro, there's so many fighting games. There's so many beat 'em ups, man.
Exactly.
I
We
know.
gotta talk off air, man. We gotta talk.
Y'all need to relax. Let me run my show.
He's like, I'm gonna play the same 3 games. I don't give a shit. No,
I played like
joking,
8 different
man.
fighting
I'm
games
joking.
over the past 6 months.
I
Leave me
know.
alone.
I know.
You said 6 months.
And one Street Fighter. Yes.
5.
Yo, the hate is real right now.
I know, right?
The hate is real.
I know. I know
you
it
got?
is.
Oh, man.
What you got? Another game or no?
Yeah, of course I got another game. Come on, man. I told you my list was fire.
Another-
Mercs.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
that's a good
that.
one. I
Mercs.
forgot that. I forgot that
Mercs
too.
was fire.
That was a good one.
That
That's a
first
good one.
stage,
3
that
players.
music was fire.
Yeah,
3 players too, right?
Yeah.
Three players
Yeah.
jump in the vehicles, all that.
I
I,
completely
man.
forgot. About
don't know how I forgot. I used to,
And the
that was
Genesis-
at the pharmacy too.
I
The
forgot
Genesis
about
version
that.
was amazing.
Was
2
it was
players,
2 or
yes.
3?
It's 2 players.
1 player.
Oh, that's some
Oh, it's one
bullshit.
player?
Fuck the
Yeah.
Genesis version.
Nah, that game
yeah.
gets no mention.
That can die slow.
I had fun. I didn't need to invite
Die
anybody to
slow.
play that
Bad port.
Bad port. Die slow.
game. Whatever.
Never do that, man.
Nope.
Never do that.
3 players, 1 player.
Yeah.
I had so
Come
much
on.
fun playing that game
At
by
least 2
myself.
players. At least.
At least.
At least.
No, that game was the shit in the arcade, man.
Hell
That
yeah, it definitely
fun.
was.
I love that game.
And
Anything else?
the first Samurai Showdown.
Ooh.
So I didn't play Samurai Showdown 2
No?
in the arcade.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Samurai.
I just love the zoom in. thing. That was like the first time I saw that.
They always had a big line.
Well,
Samurai
Fatal Fury
Showdown.
had it, but probably didn't see it in it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
man,
Fatal Fury had it. Yeah,
well, for a fighting.
but I
game.
sucked at both
Actually,
games. So I
Art
didn't
of
care.
For a
Art of
fighting
Fighting.
game.
Art of Fighting, I think had it first. I'm not sure.
Art of Fighting. I've never played in the arcade or seen it.
Boom,
Yeah.
And they still and
never seen
they still
that.
have it in the current Samurai Showdown. But when you cut somebody in half,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it still has. You got a
Yes.
good feeling for that.
hell yeah!
Yes.
It's like
Or if you cut them and they were standing and then blood just shot out of them, great. That was the best.
it
feeling
told
ever.
me. Whatever that means.
Yes.
I love the
I think I was, like,
Japanese
ready.
sound effects and the ambiance of the Japanese shit.
Yeah,
It was awesome, man.
just like Vanderhearts. The same blood sound.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That was
Alright.
awesome, man.
I
That's
can't-
it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
That's it. What about you, man?
I got a bunch, but
Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna knock out a bunch.
All
All right. Gonna go with Jay. You mentioned Ninja Gaiden earlier. That was a lot of fun to me. You actually introduced that to me. I remember playing that in the Sunrise Mall arcade
Yeah.
right before you get your fucking ticket. Right over there. Yeah, that was pretty. That was awesome. I loved that game. That was before like I don't think I knew about the original Ninja Gaiden at the time. That
It didn't age well.
No,
but
no.
it was classic back then.
No, it's not as bad as a lot of beat 'em ups that didn't age well.
I hate the sound. The sounds are so bad.
It's a
Sorry, Sasquatch in Time mentioned a game that I freaking completely forgot, man.
I didn't forget it.
Soul Edge.
Yeah, man.
I word y'all gonna
That was in the arcade.
y'all just gonna cut off my list like that? Just,
Sorry, no,
I'm
let's
still
go into
thinking-
the chat
I'm still
real quick.
thinking of the
Sorry.
sounds.
My bad.
I'm just thinking of the flip over.
Think
now.
of the
I'm
sounds.
done. no, yeah.
He was
Ninja-
really about to go pee.
No, actually, I'm good. No, Ninja Guy was the shit to me.
Two players.
Yeah, 2 players.
I don't know who that red guy was though.
That was Ken.
Ken.
It was Ken. That's his dad.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his dad for
Yeah,
real?
his dad. Yeah.
Never
It's,
played
it's supposed to be, I guess. I don't know if they
Ryu Ken.
It was Ryu and Ken.
Well, no, it was
Yeah,
in the NES version. That's his dad's name is Ken.
So it's Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So I don't know if
Wow.
it's the same shit.
They dropped
Superman
That was fun.
in the arcade was this shit.
That was a
about
good.
that.
That was didn't age well.
But at least,
it was good though.
at least you could fly as
Yeah.
Superman, which was very rare back
What
in the
would
day in video games.
What would you rather have,
Yeah,
the Atari?
I have more games on my list. I just remembered some. Go ahead. Keep going.
But yeah, Superman was the shit. I was very excited.
Yeah.
Same spot, tame.
Same
Fuck's
time. Same bad channel.
Tim Toto.
Oh, man.
Timeout. Yeah, they had that, and it was so dope. Another one is Spider-Man,
The beat 'em up.
the 4-player beat 'em up.
Oh,
4-player beat 'em up.
that thing was ugly.
Yeah,
Like
no,
looking back
the
at
funny
it.
thing is, I always like
That was Namer.
Yeah, Namer.
Black Cat. I think Hawkeye was
and
in it too.
Hawkeye. Weird for
Weirdest 4
characters.
characters.
Spider-Man had a hunchback.
I used to get that mixed up with Captain America.
Yeah, but
Spider-Man versus the Kingpin or something like that.
I
right?
liked it at the time. At the time, I enjoyed it. I said, "Oh shit, Spider-Man 4-player beat 'em up." You finally get to play as Spider-Man beat 'em up. Am I playing that shit now? No, that didn't hold up too well. Captain America and the Avengers held up, but this one didn't hold up
And
too well.
I remember like for doing any web attacks or any special attacks, you would lose energy in that game.
Did you?
In that Spider-Man game,
That makes sense.
or I think you lost energy just by walking. I was like,
Yeah, there's some fuckery.
Mad
There was
cheap.
I probably got past like 2 stages in that game.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that made me think of Crime
I
Fighters.
never saw the end of that game.
Fuck Crime Fighters.
Also, oh man, why did I just delete it? Okay, I just remembered. Okay. Altered Beast. I loved Altered Beast in the arcade, man. And I
Wow.
loved it for the Genesis also. Altered Beast was the shit to me, man.
Never played the arcade, but I love the Genesis
Oh my
version.
god, I loved it.
It was better?
arcade was better. Yes,
Arcade was better?
arcade was a better version of.
Because
the
I
Genesis.
watched footage of the arcade, and I'm like, I don't know if it's not... It's like...
You just don't like the ending.
No, I'm not even thinking about the ending.
It's
I'm
a good-
I'm
I don't
trying
know
to,
how
I'm,
you're not.
I'm trying to remember, because I'm trying to think of something happy, Jay. I'm not trying to think.
It was a better game than the Genesis one. The arcade
It
one
wasn't
was
better than Metamorphic Force though.
Ah, I knew it! I was waiting for it! I knew you were going to set it up. I knew it!
Go ahead.
I knew that was a segue for it. I knew
Continue.
it.
But yeah, Altered Beast was the shit. I used to play that shit all the fucking time. Didn't be in the arcade, be it in for the Genesis. I loved it. As soon as it was coming out for the Genesis, that was probably one of the main reasons why I got the Genesis was because of Altered Beast. But yeah, that was one of my fun arcade moments. I still have 3 on my list, but I'll keep it moving. I'll knock the next 3 out next turn if you want.
I'm gonna go real quick because
That's what she said.
Hey, wait, what?
What?
wait, what?
What? Huh?
Why would she say that?
Why would she say
Yeah, why would she?
I don't know.
That's what she told you.
Hey!
All right, I got 4.
Yo, he
I got
flipped
4
on him.
left on my list. I got 4 left on the
Knock
list.
him out. Knock him out.
All right, Tekken. Awesome arcade game.
I was gonna
I
say.
forget that was an arcade.
I was gonna say. Tekken.
That was an arcade.
Wow.
Yes.
Hell yeah,
That was
it
an
was.
arcade. That was the
Well,
first
my
time I
ex-
saw it.
My experience with it was just PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
that's my first experience with it.
I saw
Tekken.
it on PlayStation first. Not on PlayStation. I'm sorry. I saw it in an arcade 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got a PlayStation. I got a PlayStation later.
So no Virtua
And I'm
Fighter
like-
for you?
Huh?
No Virtua Fighter. You just went straight to Tekken.
You know what? I liked Virtua Fighter. It was just when Virtua Fighter came out.
It looked.
At
It looked
the
a little.
time?
It looked a little crazy.
No. It looked dope. It looked dope. But the problem is that when Virtua Fighter came out, there was so much buzz, and it was such a fucking popular game that in the arcades, there was the
too busy.
fucking line was
The
ridiculous.
problem with Virtua Fighter is the characters didn't have any personality until part 2.
I
Yeah,
never got to
that's a
play
problem.
it because every time I went to the arcade to play the fucking thing, I would wait online, and the line was just ridiculous. So I'd end up playing other shit. And there was 2 games that did that. It was Virtua Fighter and Primal Rage.
Oh,
Those are the 2 games that I was like,
Why Primal Rage?
because there was a fucking line of people like crowded around
Trying to
those
play
2
a
games.
dinosaur fighting game.
Dude, but those are 2 games that I remember. Like
I'll say
there was
Killer
always a
Instinct.
crowd over those fucking games, and
Killer
I'm
Instinct
like,
was pretty busy too.
huh?
Killer Instinct was pretty busy.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, that was busy.
I wasn't. You know what's fucked up?
I never played it, but
I was never intrigued.
People
by
loved
Killer-
it. People loved it.
I was never intrigued by Killer Instinct.
Too. I had this moment.
I was never intrigued. Like Primal Rage intrigued me because I'm like, I liked Jurassic Park at the time when it came out. I was like, oh, this is dope. They have a fighting game, with dinosaurs fighting. I'm like, oh,
Fucking
okay.
Primal Rage. Oh my
But
god.
the freaking lines were ridiculous, so I never actually got a chance to play it in the arcade.
Tekken had that
Unfortunately.
pizzazz. It had that little extra that Virtua Fighter didn't have.
Yes.
there was no personality in Virtua Fighter.
Even the little explosions when you hit people though, it just
Yeah.
added
Yep.
that excitement.
Yeah. Well, they had the crazy ending
And the
too.
combat was quicker and smoother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smoother
Yep.
than Tekken.
That's right.
Tekken. Crazy
You said that.
Taxi.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Crazy Taxi is the arcade. Like if you're thinking about
That's such a quick ass game though.
well, if you're thinking
really
about
is.
arcade
It's
titles.
the definition of arcade.
That
Just hop
anybody-
in, okay,
like-
I'm done.
Everybody who you can think of anybody.
Yeah.
You think of anybody like it's a pick up and play game. You get the grasp like right away. It's not a racing game.
That was
It's
Sega
its
at
own-
their arcade finest.
Yes.
Like that was what they did.
They were spitting hot fire.
It was its own thing, and I loved it because it was its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Sega they do their own thing.
And you talk about music taking over the arcade. Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
fucking
That was
song.
always blasting. That was
Day
always
after day. Oh my god. But that made the game though.
Yeah. The other one is this one, not the stand up one, but the,
The
one
whole
that
machine.
the cockpit one where you have to sit inside of it. It's Afterburner.
Yep.
That was the shit, man. That was the shit. The one that freaking
The whole thing
just
would
the
go
whole
like
thing
this.
freaking moved,
Yeah.
man.
Move
You
around.
felt like you were in a
And when you
in a
crash, that
freaking
shit
jet.
goes.
Yo,
Yep. That was cool.
that's one of those
That was
like
cool.
lost experiences that you cannot get today. Like if I can go, like how do you get that experience
That
again?
was cool.
The only way to get that is to get the giant.
Yeah, you
thing
couldn't do
to
that at
sit in.
home. You couldn't do that at home.
No, you can't do that at home, man. You can't emulate
But
that.
what you could do at home was
It's like you were in
put the
Top
controller and hold bottom left.
no VR.
you
man. You
hide.
can't do it. Oh, I thought you were gonna say VR.
No. You put like a chair on the corner of your controller to hold bottom left, and
I got
everything
it.
will miss you
Oh.
for 13 stages or something like that, and then your game's over because you can't play no more.
The last arcade game that I put on my list that I remembered having fond memories of because it had some characters that I really liked, and it was Guys.
Oh, really?
That was
Yes.
That was arcade.
That was an arcade game, yes, and it had
With,
Cloud,
Cloud and
and it
Tifa
had
and,
Sephiroth,
And
it
Sephiroth.
had Tifa,
Was
it
Sephiroth?
had
there?
yes. Sephiroth was a playable
I
character,
definitely remember Cloud and Tifa.
and what was the
And
the
Yuffie.
wolf?
Yuffie was in it, right? Oh no.
No, the wolf. Red.
Oh, Red 7?
Red 7.
13.
Or 13? What the fuck is it?
Yeah, Red. That was
I think it was
trying to
Red
remember his
13.
name.
How do I don't even play this shit.
You don't even play the freaking game, you
I
know.
know the names.
But yeah,
They didn't let you play him in there.
Yeah. No, he was in the arcade, and it was a dope game. It was actually it was weird because it was
a mix of toe ball and Tekken.
It was a mixer of it was almost like an arena fighter because you could run around in the arena.
Like Power Stone also.
It was like Power Stone, but it was also it was like wrestling too, kind of. It
was like,
but it was also a fighting game.
It was like
too.
toe ball because you can run around like that. It was the same engine.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
I like the game. I like the arcade game, and I just like the fact that it had Cloud, and he had the big fucking sword, and it was a fighting game.
All right. I'm gonna.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna end mine on another revolutionary game. So basically, the Beat Manny games, the music games in the arcade. I could never play Dance Dance Revolution.
Why not?
Because I could do the first 2 stages.
You got to record it, man.
On beginner.
Can we see it?
It was
Can
fun.
we watch that?
Listen, it was fun.
It
It wasn't in my generation. All right, it was after the fact. This was at the end. This was like one of the
We
only
just
games.
want to watch you play.
just wanna watch you play,
Just go like this.
You want to buy a fucking Beat Manny machine for me? You know how much those are? So this was after arcades died, basically.
Yes.
This was like the only game that you could play in the arcades that wasn't available the same way at home. They had like a shitty ass pad that you could step on at home.
Yes.
Or you can buy like this metal thing that costs mad dough.
Yeah.
And then you can really
Just make
get
your
into
own.
it.
Just make your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Learn how to weld. Let me stop.
Learn how
But in Japan and over here, it was such a big thing. And every kid was playing it.
Yeah.
And they would do some crazy shit, like synchronized dancing and all this flipping shit and everything. They would do everything on this thing. Me, I got to the second stage and was like, hey, this is fun, done. Because the shit went too, it was too much. It was too much. I can't do all that shit. I can't do it.
Can't pop and lock.
Can't process it. After a while, I'm like, yo, this is the best game ever. And then it sucks because I can't picture it.
Can't drop it like it's hot.
Nah, I don't understand it. But I mean, music games and like they had like they said in the chat, they had the drum thing, was it Tokamani or whatever? I'm butchering
There's
the shit
Guitar
out of that
Hero
name.
also. Guitar Hero should have been a.
Did that in arcade?
I don't think
I'm
it was.
pretty sure they had.
It should have been an arcade.
I think they did have it at like
They did.
Buster's. What was it?
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's probably had versions of it to play in
Really?
there. Yeah, they had a bunch of weird things like that.
I never saw that shit in arcade.
And like they say the chat Angry Birds too. Those games.
Oh,
They put those in
mobile
arcade.
games in the arcade.
Yeah, it's
that's
terrible.
a no, man. Come on, bro. Just use
But-
your phone. You got your fucking cell phone.
But that was like the last hurrah of things you could do in the arcade that you couldn't do at home. So
Yeah.
I got to mention it at least, even though I didn't.
Yeah.
It was past my time. I wasn't in the arcade like that. But y'all understand. Y'all know those games. So I had to mention that at least.
Damn,
in
that
this one.
The freaking you just mentioned that, man. Angry Birds in the arcade.
Nah,
When you see that at Dave and Buster's, I'm like,
it has taken a big fall.
get an let's get an iPad, man. What the hell are you doing in an arcade playing this shit?
That's
not an arcade anymore.
Come on,
easy
man.
that's an easy thing to pick up.
Come
I mean,
on, bro.
They still get your money.
You have to go to an arcade to play this?
They still get your money. You're drunk
Come
as hell
on.
playing Angry Birds.
Matt said Taiko Drum Master.
Yeah, like those
Oh,
types
that's
of
Japanese.
games. Yeah, those games. Well, the music games I was talking about.
That was
Yeah.
on sale in the eShop, and I'm like, no.
You don't need
Because
that.
I've seen people play it, and I'm like, hell no, man. That shit's impossible. I
Yeah, you don't
can't
need
play
that right
shit,
now.
man.
Unless you have the actual drums. I think you can buy it with the drums though. But it's whack.
It's not the
It's
same.
not a real
man.
drum.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not
Like
the
a real drummers out there looking at that shit like, get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here.
same with Guitar Hero. But
Same with Guitar
Guitar
Hero.
Hero was fun as hell though.
It's fun.
Until it gets
It
too
is
difficult.
fun. I play guitar, but I'm like,
play
Guitar Hero
on
is like different.
normal.
It's like another language. I'm
I
like,
play on normal, not expert. Fuck that game.
isn't SSS fame, James?
He was good at that.
He was
He was
good
crazy
He
at that.
killing on expert.
Yeah, he does expert
was
on
sick.
that.
Yeah, he's sick with that.
Shit is crazy.
Man, he's really good.
And you said you had a few more?
Oh,
Yeah, I
man,
had a couple
skip.
more.
I'm done with mine.
Spawn in the Demon's Hand.
Ow.
That are,
Spawn? Had an arcade game?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
I never
It
knew
went
that.
to Dreamcast, but it was in the arcade first. I played it in Vegas.
This guy, man.
This guy.
Fun,
Did he have a cape?
super fun, super
In the
violent.
Was it beat 'em up? What type of game was it?
It was like a
It's like Tomb Raider.
no.
Like Tomb Raider.
It wasn't a
In the
beat 'em up.
arcade.
It was
It wasn't a beat 'em up.
no. It was
It was an action game.
an action game. It kind of played like
God of War. Let me see.
no. It didn't play like God of War.
Was it a
Well,
brawler?
Actually,
was it a brawler?
it was player versus player. It was just like who could kill the other person, the rest of the people the most. It was
Arena Fighter?
yeah, kind of.
So wait, you're competing with someone else who can kill more people?
Yeah,
So it's a
pretty much.
versus,
It's like it was like 4 players, and then you choose your character, and you guys just go in there and kill each other as much as possible.
What were the characters? Violator, Clown?
There was Spawn, there was Violator, there was Medieval Spawn, Angela.
Why did I think his name was Richard Simmons?
Wait,
What?
It's Al Simmons.
I know it's Al Simmons.
Jesus Christ.
In my head, though,
Wow.
I said Richard.
Richard Simmons?
Wow.
Are you? Is there any more beer in here, man? Are you
No,
good?
there's nothing
You're good.
left.
All right.
Richard Simmons.
So
This
yeah,
motherfucker said Richard
I knew it was
Simmons.
wrong, all
Killing
right?
people.
This motherfucker said Richard. It's Al Simmons, man.
it was
That's Spawn.
He's a,
Yeah, it
he's
was
a car
Spawn.
race driver, I know.
Medieval Spawn, Violator, Angela, Sam and Twitch. I think were in the game too.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, yeah, but it wasn't very well balanced.
Sam was not going to catch nobody, though.
Exactly.
And Twitch wasn't going to
That
either.
fucking-
Nah.
that fat ass.
It wasn't. It wasn't very well
What's it gonna
balanced. Because if
do?
you pick like Medieval Spawn and
That was it. You dominate.
yeah, you were chopping people up in one hit.
Yeah.
Or if you had
maybe
if you had
Angela
regular
can do
Spawn
it.
and you had 2 like
Yeah.
light machine guns, you were shredding people from a distance. Yeah, it was not balanced at all.
Violator was good though.
I never
could be
played as him.
Violator?
I don't remember playing.
Well, he
as
said
him.
those are the playable
You
characters.
be Malbolgio?
My Bolgia.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Wow.
My Bolgia.
Anyways,
Wow.
and my last game,
Oh my god.
My man's name is My Bolgia.
my last
the
game
devil.
is the Star Wars arcade game.
Oh, people sweat that.
Yeah,
that's not
like there were
bad.
2
People
stages.
like
There was like 3 or 4 stages. I can't remember, but like 3 of them.
Bro.
2 of them you were in the X-wing and you were blowing up like the Death Star. It was dope.
Oh, that's probably
It
dope.
was,
You
You
it
know
was
what's
fun.
fucked up?
That's-
And the last stage was a lightsaber duel against Darth Vader.
Lightsaber duel.
That was
Yeah.
another game.
Really?
That's another game that I didn't add, but that's another game that I wanted to play.
That was
Never
only
got to play
arcades for a
because
long
I
time.
don't think I know I've seen
No,
it.
that
I
was
never
only in the
played it.
arcade.
I never played
And
it.
the only reason why I could never play it was because every time there was people waiting in line to play it.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Gotta
fuck,
put your
man.
quarters on there, man. Gotta put your quarters. No one stole the
David
quarters.
Buster's.
You just had
There's
to put
no
it in
quarters
line.
in David
Sure about
Buster's.
They respected the next. They respected the
Yeah,
next.
nobody
Yeah,
ever
but-
snatched my quarter.
Nah, man.
That's
I
when there
never
was
got
like
a chance to play.
respect back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, video games. Now they just cheat.
Oh,
on
no,
you.
they still say, I was next. I was next. Nah, my quarter's here, man. Respect the quarter.
We fighting. We fighting.
My bad. My bad.
Oh, I didn't see the quarter there. My
Get the
bad.
fuck out of here.
I'll put my
Start
quarter
playing.
here next.
Go
Start
back
playing.
into McDonald's.
They'll,
Yo, don't
burn,
you
they'll,
hate when
put,
there
they'll
was
drop
a-
your ashes on your neck.
Yo,
Or their cigarettes.
Yo, don't you hate when there was like a little gap between the dash and the
Oh,
screen?
steal your shit.
And then your quarter would fall in between
Oh.
there and you lose that shit.
Yo, what
Oh, man.
about when you're playing and then somebody else joins in with a bucket of freaking quarters? And
Oh,
they're
hell
like,
no.
"Oh, this motherfucker is serious." You
Yo,
get your
that
ass whipped.
that happened to me.
You get your ass whipped.
I was
like,
playing
oh,
Marvel vs. Capcom in Vegas, and some dude just rolled up on me with mad quarters.
Damn, they can't just do that, man.
Yeah, dude.
No, he did
Oh, they
it.
do it.
And he kept fighting, and he kept losing, and then he left.
Oh,
So he had
shit.
bad quarters and
For
got
what?
his ass whooped.
Yes.
And bounced with his bucket of quarters that he still has.
Yeah,
how,
he was.
How many times can I lose tonight? Hold up.
Yeah.
He got tired of losing. I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
Got tired of
I
losing.
wonder how much he spent.
Yo, Sasquatch says there should have been a Richard Simmons DDR game.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
honestly, if they made that back in the day, he
I
would
gotta
have killed.
say, I gotta say this, man. I will play that. To see, just
I'll
for
take
the
a look. I'll take a look.
I'll play it. I'll be like, yo, is this
A
a
workout,
DDR
a workout
type of,
DDR game.
DDR type of game? Yeah.
my God.
And I'll put it on the channel if it does
man.
exist.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I can't anymore.
Yeah, but yeah, that was it. That's definitely my last one.
Awesome, man.
And you have your last,
My last three. I'll go through them quick. Bad Dudes was one of mine.
Nice.
Okay.
That was right
That's a
next
good
to the Altered Beast. I remember the arcades were right next to each other. And,
Okay.
me and Turbo loved Bad Dudes at the time. Didn't play like Double Dragon or any of those, but
Nope.
it's definitely different.
Side scroller.
Yeah, and I the Nintendo one.
Side scrolling beat 'em up.
Dude, the
man. Weird.
Nintendo one. Oh my God, the Nintendo one when you finish the first stage and they're supposed to say "I'm bad."
Yeah.
That's just that's what that shit said. That shit was terrible. But I always like Bad Dudes.
Let's fight.
Wow.
What was it? It's I Carry Warriors, right?
That was a car always too.
E-SWAT. I was always a big fan of E-SWAT, which was also
That
right
was
ne-
different than arcade.
Yeah, and it was co-op. It wasn't it was one player for the Genesis. Even though I liked the Genesis one, but
Totally different game.
Yeah, it was two players in the arcade, and me and Turbo.
RoboCop was like that too.
Yeah, me and Turbo fuck with that a lot. But you're like a cop and you get into the armor and shit like that, and loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun in the arcade. Never beat it, but it was like I said, it was right with Double Dragon. So those were like at that pharmacy we went to. That was the place where the arcades were. Mm-hmm. And the last one on my list here is probably one of the last arcade games I played, which was By the Exit at a ShopRite.
Nice.
Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder.
Nice.
And that, holy fucking shit. And I remember, I saw it a few times when my mom would, go grocery shopping, and I didn't play it at the time, but I remember when they would use magic, they would close in on the enemy's face and it would deteriorate, melt. And I said, what the fuck is that? I was like, I remember Golden Axe. That's Golden Axe? I said, holy shit. I'm like, can we play that? She's like, nope. And we bounced. But I remember, when, next time we came there, she would go shopping. I'm like, I'm going right to that arcade. I want to play that shit. I need to see what that is. Everything was just so much better in that. That was like the best Golden Axe. It was so awesome. They had team move that you could do with all 4 characters.
Yeah.
The action was better. The magic was better. It's just so fucking dope. It was.
You got to play that on the channel.
I know, we definitely do. But yeah, that's a good last memory to have with arcades. Like that was the last arcade game that I remember playing. And I'm like, oh, that's a good way to go out because everything else is like, on the home consoles and shit.
Consoles took over, man, after
Pac-Man.
Dreamcast.
Pac-Man Battle. Oh, that shit is dope in the arcade, man. It's at a barcade in the city.
Dude.
That shit is fire.
That's when everybody's the ghost chasing you.
No, that's when everyone's different Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And there's ghosts thrown in there. We played that on the Xbox 360 on the channel.
I thought we played as the ghost.
No, we definitely did not. We're all trying to eat each other paws.
My last memory from when the consoles took over the arcade.
Oh, Gauntlet?
Oh, shit!
Wow.
How did I forget Gauntlet?
Why are you yelling?
Jesus, man. You all right, man?
Dude, that was also at the pharmacy, man.
It happens.
No, but Gauntlet's the shit.
Yeah, it was.
No, Gauntlet was that talk about quarter stealer. Like
I knew that stole money.
Dude,
I didn't play that much.
I loved who brought that up? Oh, Matt, thank you so much for bringing up Gauntlet. I have so many fond memories of Gauntlet, man. Oh my gosh, always would pick the elf. The sound effects alone from Gauntlet just make me laugh. That's why anytime we see Emerald Wizard, we always say Wizard. Oh. Like that. That's from Gauntlet.
Wizard had joined the party.
Anytime he dies, oh. That's the sound he makes every time he dies, man. I love Gauntlet, man. Love Gauntlet. But the Nintendo version, that is diarrhea. That game is fucking trash. Even though I liked it at the time, but that game was cheap. But Gauntlet, oh my god, Gauntlet
Didn't age well.
Gauntlet.
Now, a lot of the early arcades I passed up on, like Paperboy and all that. I didn't really play much because those are the essence of money munchers.
Yeah.
Like they are just there to kill your money in seconds.
It wasn't until the Dreamcast when I got Soul Calibur at launch from the Dreamcast, and I remember that was the death of arcades.
And they would still cheat in the arcade by putting the difficulty up mad high.
But that was superior to the arcade. That was like the first time a home console version of a game was better than the arcade.
Yep.
The music was higher resolution, was higher depth.
Soul Blade versus Soul Edge.
Yeah.
Which is Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
Wizard shot the food.
Yeah, man.
Or when you're getting tagged up.
That's it.
Welcome to the stage of history.
No, welcome.
That's the wrong game, man. What the hell?
I'm still on Gauntlet, man. I'm still on Gauntlet.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome.
Welcome to the stage of history.
I was like,
all right.
Is that it? I think that's it.
That's it, man. I think that's every.
I swear, please, no one.
Every arcade.
Don't bring up another one that I forgot because Gauntlet really pissed me off that I forgot Gauntlet.
That's okay. It happens.
Daytona, USA. No, we gotta go.
No, we gotta go. We're at the 3 hour mark and
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder.
Fuck off. There's two that I'm surprised you didn't bring up. Bionic Commando and Strider.
Bionic Commando's not good in arcade.
You didn't like it? I thought
Strider.
You liked it.
Strider was dope. We already said Strider.
Yeah,
really?
you did.
Yeah, we said Strider.
That must have been quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
But Bionic Commando, nah. On Nintendo.
I didn't like him. Nintendo was the shit. Nintendo was the shit. Yeah.
But anyway, everybody out there in the chat, thank you so much for watching. It's been amazing. It's been fun. If you haven't already, follow us on all our social media. We're on TikTok, just so you know. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on all that good shit.
Don't forget Chalk's OnlyFans.
Oh, yes, that's right. Link in bio.
Link in bio.
Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to help us out, this is like a standing ovation. Give us a thumbs up, all right? Leave a comment on the video when you see it. Post it on YouTube. Of course, this is live, but for the people watching the edited version, leave a comment. And also, check out our schedule.
Bang, bang.
We got Tetris Tuesdays with Alg857. Sometimes it's at 9 p.m. Sometimes.
If someone
when
doesn't
everything is
try to
right.
someone doesn't sabotage
Yeah,
it.
if some spirit doesn't sabotage me.
Technical
yeah.
difficulty.
Always,
Tetris
always.
Tuesdays.
Dude. It's like I'm just riddled with it. But anyway,
Technical Tuesdays.
Technical Tuesdays.
Technical
yes.
Tuesdays.
Technical Tuesdays. That's what I should name it. But yeah, man, with me, Alg857. And then, of course, every single Wednesday, unless, until further notice, Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we got the Video Game Podcast that we broadcast live for all you guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
Throwback Thursdays with your boy Stikz.
That's right.
And Fighter Fridays with Big Choco.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But once again, thank you so much. You guys have been awesome. As always, you guys are awesome.
Thank
Thank you so much for watching. Until next week,
That's right.
we will see you then.
That's right, y'all.
Hey.
Peace out.
Hey, y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, wait. Where's the button? Oh, shit. Where's the button?
What button?
Man, get this thing in it.
We're professionals.
What
We're
we
professionals,
doing?
guys.
What we doing?
Thank you for tuning into the podcast. If you want to see the full raw, uncut madness and mayhem, click the link to the full show in the description below. See you next week.